Hello everyone, I am Tacet, and welcome to the Gems of War stream. We obviously have a lot to do today. So, we end up getting a new Mythic, a new faction, and technically a new mechanic, since the new faction brings in 100% chance to bleed, as well as viable bleed options. So even though we technically had it for like 2-3 months now, it's like the first time we ever realistically get to use it. So that's pretty cool. Other things that got added today is actually 2 additional armor. Kedar, which I should probably go do right now, can be upgraded to 10 plus stars. I believe we can reach 12, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, we need to go do that. So we get 1 extra armor on that to make it +3. And it's also possible, if you have an absurdly high renown, to have a extra armor. I'm pretty sure there's several hundred or several thousand people within range of reaching that. In order to do that, you'd have to have every faction above 2,000 renown, most of them at about a 150 or 200 for where you did it for pure faction, and then like 2 or 3 of them at level 500 with full completion for the pure faction, which I'm pretty sure there's been several hundred that are at that point. But anyone who's camping a specific delve like we are will not be able to reach it, since we'll only be able to reach like 15,000 or so, somewhere around there. But it is technically possible to reach it. Just very few people probably will. And what else came in? Kedar 12 star, that. We got a useless weapon. And that's about it. Pretty much. But anyways, oh, Kingdom level 73. I mean, 73. Wow, I read that wrong. It's Kingdom level 13. Well, let's actually do that first. I'll go upgrade and everything. Before I do, though, hello, everyone. Let's see. Let me fix chat so I can actually see everyone. Let's see. Hello, Zeddicus. Hello, Churros. Hello, Cujo. Hello, Emos. Hello, Danny. Hello, Haley. Hello, JZG. Hello, Elite. Hello, Cameron. Hello, Earthbound. Hello, Gustavo. And hello, everyone else. Welcome. Okay, so let's go get that thing to 13 stars then. I believe we have everything that we need for it. I'll go through the remaining shards that we have at this faction. This is the right faction, right? That'd be a fail if I clicked on the wrong one. But let's keep getting this upgraded. Pretty unlucky so far with troops from our shards. We keep getting genie lamps too instead of the legend I actually need, unfortunately. Oh, there we go. Got another one of him. I want to get him to Mythic if we can. I'm not sure if we'll be able to, though. Especially if we keep getting drops like that. But at least the rare is getting up, if nothing else. 7 copies all at once. Not too bad. That is normally the one that takes the longest anyway, so I guess it's good overall. The rare is actually, not even just a troop in general this time, the rare is actually really, really good. It's, I was about to say, but I was almost going to say it's better than the Mythic, but that might be going a little bit too far, but it kind of is. I compared it to Scale Guard earlier, where Scale Guard used to have Empowered, but then it's 75%, but this is basically the better version of Scale Guard now. A 75% chance to, or not 75, I mean 75% mana start, which allows it to 1 turn its ability, as well as possibly get 2 of them up simultaneously if you have a big enough link. And then you just do bleed poison, and those bleeds do stack. Poison just keeps doing its little bit of damage to assist it. And I don't know, this seems like a really good combo. And it places on 3 of them simultaneously, which is really good value. I'm pretty sure it'll eventually add something that could do all 4 bleed at once, but yeah, this is the most you can ever do in one single instance, other than extra turn spamming the new legend that just came out. But anyways, let's go and keep getting these, get them leveled, see how far we can ascend them. Hopefully enough to get a kingdom upgrade. And that'll be the last one for now. We keep getting genie lamps! It's not what I need. They're still useful, but I need the actual thing for the kingdom. The legend. Also, real quick, I'm going to throw this down. I have a feeling I'm not going to be doing... I'm pretty sure we're only going to need 2 attempts for pure faction. So right here, I'm just throwing our free battle, just so we have a super easy automatic win battle to go and do. So I'll do that. The other 2 I'll actually use for pure faction. But anyways, let's go and upgrade those. Go get our Naga EXP, or 1 armor, I should say. Also, it's really weird. These things are for Kedar, but they are Nagas, which is a bit strange in that it's the first location where Nagas are not in Mystic Scales. Next faction is going to be Mystic Scales, though. But for whatever reason, these Nagas are not located there. But anyways, what am I looking for? I'm looking for the new faction. So we need... where to go? I already forgot what it was called. Here it is, Fangmoor. And we need to get these upgraded. So, upgrade time. Wow, they're already to legend. Or at least the rare is. They should all be if the rare is. We're getting pretty unlucky on the legends again, unfortunately. But let's get him upgraded. Simply trading these, I believe, will get us to 10 stars, if not higher. And then we just need to start worrying about getting them to level 20. Which will come as soon as we open several more. But I think we'll have enough by the end of today. I'm pretty sure my goal for this stream is to keep playing factions until we have enough shards to actually max all of these. Just to get the kingdom as far as possible. Because if it can actually reach 13 stars, we could probably do all of that today. Because I believe we just need to get these troops upgraded to reach that point. Oh, apparently they're all legendary. I don't think I've ever seen all 4 of them at legendary at once for a faction. Normally we get like one to mythic first, or one's lingering at epic or something. But anyways, what does that bring us to? Close. So we need, that'll get up automatically. That's not to worry about. 3 for that. We need 21 copies of that. We need 48 copies of that. And we need 4 copies of that because we need 1 spare, or 2 spare, I should say. Just so that we can still use double. I'm pretty sure no realistic team will actually use double. I was just showing that to show off bleed earlier. But you never know. There might be a viable team that eventually uses 2. But I'm pretty sure you would only ever need 1 of this thing. For pure faction, you might need 2. Actually, for pure faction, you might need 3. Pure faction is most likely spam. But then again, oddly enough, pure faction might be 3 horned asps with a shaman. It might be the first instance where the pure faction for a kingdom, or for a faction, pure faction for a delve might not even use the legendary. Because while this legendary is decent, I don't think it will actually be that good in pure faction. Or maybe you'd still use 1 just as a tank, and then follow it up with 2 horned asps and a shaman. But I don't know. We'll have to see once we get to that point what seems to work. But anyways, where does that bring Kedar? That should be an upgrade. Why is that not upgrade? Do we need another level 20? Yeah, we need another level 20. What's not level 20 here other than the 4 troops? Oh! That's bad. Whoops. Well, apparently this thing's not upgraded. I might need to orb that. I think I might need to orb that. Kind of forgot about that. Let's see. What else isn't upgraded here other than the 4 new troops? So now it's just the 4 new troops and apparently her. I don't know. Do we use a blue orb on her? To orb or not to orb? I don't think we need it. Does anyone who has 13 stars, does 13 stars actually require everything to be mythic? Or is it one of those that just requires traits? I think it is one of those that does require it to be mythic. Because I'm pretty sure 12 is the point. Actually, I could check that right now by checking the kingdom that has 12 stars. This has 12 stars. So is this next one based on Ascension? Yes it is. No! We gotta get her to level 20 or 2. So I guess I waste a blue orb on her. Oh, that's gonna hurt. I know, I gotta use a small blue on her. We gotta waste one of our horde of small blues. I have like 40 something of them and I just keep hoarding them. Because I don't know, we might need them more so in the future. But I keep like going so conservatively with them. But I should start using them a bit more. We have 50 of them. Okay, fine, we'll go use one. It actually is required to get 13 stars to upgrade her. If it wasn't, I wouldn't do this, but since it is, I will go do it. So this will also immediately give us 1 armor, which is also nice. Won't be able to make much use of it, but hey, 1 armor is better than not 1 armor. Oh, oops. That's funny. I ascended her, but I forgot to level her. Well, let me go back and level her now. Where'd she go? Kedar. That's not Kedar. Too many Ks. I always keep... I actually, not anymore, but when I first started this game, I don't know if any newer players still have this problem too, but I always used to confuse Karkaroff, Kazeel, and Kedar because they were all so similar with their starting with Ks, particularly Kazeel and Kedar. But I don't do that too much anymore, if ever. But it's still annoying. Anyways, upgrade, level. We'll use a small blue orb too. If we're going to use 1 orb, we might as well use both. Here we go. And that should be an armor bonus now. And there we go, 10 stars. Right on the dot. And what else do we need? So next up is upgrade 20 Kedar troops to level 20. Well, we need to go get them upgraded to do that. Still need more shards, so that'll be our next order of business. Let's see. Hello, Medieval. Hello, Chad. Hello, Jan. Hello, Analyst. Let's see. Hello, Gamer Fox. Hello, Jay and Valthar. Or, yeah, Valthar. Let's see what else I missed. Hello, Mitchell. I know I have tons of blues. I should probably use one. I did. No worries. Now we only have 49 instead of 50. Let's see. You need a bunch of rare and ultra rare delve troops. Yeah, that tends to be the way it is. Legend, or the epic tends to be the easiest. The legend tends to be the second easiest, though it can sometimes troll you. The ultra rare is the next one, and the rare tends to be the absolute rarest. That's why it's called rare. That's not why it's called rare, but it just happens to work that way. Let's see. You got all the faction troops to Mythic, and you have 20k plus shards left over. Wow. I might be going heavy on this event. I'm not sure yet. I'll be determining that later in this stream on how far we're going to be going with this faction event. But I don't know. We might go for leaderboard. Where are you on leaderboard? Or are you on leaderboard? Or are you just... Oh, no. You must have just had it accumulated from other times. But I think I am going to go heavy on this leaderboard. I'm not fully certain on that yet. I'm going to go into it in that I'm going to try to go and just reaching as far as possible. But I'm not going to camp any level. Because normally if you want to make leaderboard on this, I think the proper meta is to camp like level 250 or 300 or 200 or something like that. Stay there for a while. This might be what this guy is actually doing. Camp 200 for a while. Stay there for several battles, maybe like a few dozen or however many you want to do. And then you move forward all the way to the end. But we're just going to move all the way forward to the end. And if we don't make high on the leaderboard, then that's fine. But I think we can still make top 6 and get a major orb off it while still getting the faction maxed. We'll see. I'm not sure if I'll be doing that, but this is a really chill layout. It's literally the same thing pretty much every time. You do all these rooms all the way up to there. You just do like a little loop, and then you do that one, and then you do that, and that's it. You do that order basically 100% of the time. I don't think there's going to be, unless there's like a Cedric room right there or something, I don't think there'd be a single instance you would really deviate from that. The only rooms you have to scout to are this one and this one to determine which one of the two you want to do first. And more often than not, you'd probably take this one and then go into that for the most part. And this is Cedric room, as I mentioned. I'm not sure if these are both guaranteed treasure rooms. I don't believe they are. Pretty sure one of these is guaranteed, like this one, and this one's a % chance. But I haven't done any delves yet to know, but we'll find out soon. Anyways, let's go build some teams now. Obviously, we'll start with really quick kill-out teams. We are restricted to blue and red. Let's see. Switch over to Titan, because Titan... Actually, you know what? For these earlier delves, we could actually use Frost Mage or something. Just to level it some. Anyways, Frost Mage. Just so we level it. Restricted to blue and red. What does that actually have as options? Haven't actually thought through what I'll be using yet. But there's definitely a lot of things. We have Azura, so we could use that for mana generation. We have Apothecary, so we could do standard any brown weapon into Apothecary. I think that's a little too slow for earlier battles, though. But that's probably what we'll bring out for later battles. Actually, we could literally just bring out Hero Weapon, Hero Brown Weapon, Apothecary, Double Megavore for really late delves. And that will work pretty consistently. Oh yeah, we have the Bleed guy. I don't know if I want to use him, though. Got the new Bleeder. I got Crimson Bat. That's not gonna work out too well, though. Draculus, Dwarven Gate, Egg Thief. Oh wait, how much of Egg Team do we have? We have all of it except for Greed, and we can't substitute Leprechaun because it's not covered. We could use that one guy that creates blue that gives gold. That might be too slow. I don't know, we'll see. If we have a Cedric room, I might bring it out. Oh yeah, we have Corvash. We have our Yali. That would actually be good synergy with the new Bleed troop. Firebomb's useless here. Farce Troll could work. Guard's Avatar is average. Though for early delves, it could be okay speed. Oh, we got access to Gargoyle, duh. We can just run Rush Gargoyle teams for these initial few. Which I believe is exactly where we're going to run. We don't have Queen Aurora, but we can use the Possessed King. Do I have 2 copies of Possessed King? I believe I still only have 1. Yeah, I only have 1. Maybe I'll do Goblin Rocket or something. Something really weird just to make it go quicker. There we go. And now we just use hero with anything that's already every color. So I guess we'll just... Actually, yeah, I guess we'll still put hero. I need hero for the EXP, even if we're not really using it for anything. What's a good EXP weapon that's not Mountain Crusher? Or do we just go Mountain Crusher? Problem with Mountain Crusher is he blocks Gargoyle. But, I don't know, do we want to block Gargoyle? I kind of don't. I think we'd almost be better off just going Anu Scepter or something, or even using that new Anu weapon. What was it called? Like Anu something something. Symbol of Anu. I guess we go Symbol of Anu. Because it has a decent drain, it has some damage on it. It's a little random, but it should be fine. Okay, we'll move that, move that, move that. And we'll just go with this for now. Should be okay. And we just go all in on Gargoyle mana. So we go +2 red, +1 brown, -1 anything, whatever that banner is. I think it's purple minus. And that'll be our initial team. That will last us to like 6 or so. And we'll just roll with that. Seems fine. Probably could make some tweaks if we need, but it should be fine for this. At least the initial ones anyways. Gargoyle is pretty insane how much damage it can get out. Mountain Crushers, 2 Tesla, and Possessed King. Why Tesla first start? Tesla's more of a mid-range, I would say. But it would work. It would still work, though. Tesla's really nice. I don't see why you need 2, though. Unless you had, like, a lot of mana generation. Well, I guess Mountain Crusher could do that. You cast, like, 2 Mountain Crushers in a row, and you'd probably get it all. Hello, Aaron. Why is this Delve Kedar instead of Mr. Scales? That's a good question. I honestly have no clue why this is Mr. Scale, why this is Kedar and not Mr. Scales. I actually didn't bother reading the lore for the thing because I had to get it done real quick just to do the video thing. But I don't know, maybe they explained it there. I assume it has to do something with that lizard, because there is a lizard already there, so it might be some kind of descendant of that Kedar thing. I forget if any of the storyline in Kedar ever mentioned anything on that, but it probably has to do with where did the lizard go? This guy. It probably has to do with the Setite warrior here. Something with him, because they seem like they're themed based on him. So yeah, it has something to do with him. What exactly, I do not know. But it is kind of weird that they added Nagas to somewhere that isn't Mr. Scales. Of course, there's plenty of types that are not within just one single kingdom. But, I don't know, it just seems kind of weird adding it to a kingdom like Kedar. But anyways, let's keep going. Okay, what do we need here? I guess we take a blue and manager. Oh, we didn't. Oh, we did surge, but I forgot we don't have a +1. Fail. I always just assume I have a +1 on every 7 mana cost, or every 14 mana cost weapon, or any 14 mana cost anything. I just always assume I have a +1, even if I don't. So I'm gonna do something weird. I'm actually gonna drain not her, but the lizard, so that we guarantee get red, because that weapon does create mana based on whatever we target. And it was kill it with a random goblin rocket, and it's dead. Oh yeah, free hero classes are insanely nice. It feels great just to be able to use anything. Of course, I'm still just using whatever I need to level for the most part, but it's very convenient being able to switch into anything we want whenever we need to. That'd be fail if we actually die to that. Since I'm not using Titan, I don't have a immune to Death Mark. That means we probably have a 100% chance of dying next turn. Okay, good, we cleansed. And we can stick the skull and down it goes. Hello, Kraken! Welcome. Also, let me backtrack. I think I missed some. Hello, Emos. Let's see. Mountain Crusher, Infernus, Ketris, and Possessed King. That's a little overkill with their mana cost, I think. But that would be really solid, though, once we start moving to, like, 70 to about 150. That'd be really solid. Just running Infernus into Ketris. But I feel like that would be slightly too slow, because I know when I used Guard's Avatar in a similar way, for some factions. It just seems a little slow compared to some other stuff. I feel like anytime you have Gargoyle, you should be using Gargoyle for the first 6 or 7 or so. Because it plays just like a Ketris does, except it's half the mana cost. Or at least when you're up against lower level stats, it plays like how a Ketris does. He just deals damage to an enemy and then half to adjacents. And he does it for half the mana of Ketris. Well, almost half, but he gains mana back, so technically it's even less than half. If you count the mana he gets back. In every battle, we just do it on 2nd, then 4th, then dead. At least until their stats get higher anyways. And then we could replace him with Ketris. Let's see. Yeah, Flame of Fire is a really nice weapon. A Flirt Fly. I hate those things. But anyways, yeah, Flame of Fire is a really decent weapon. Unfortunately, it's one of those weapons that a lot of people don't have. Because it was one of those that came out during one of those event things. Yeah, I hate Fruit Fly so much. There's one flying in my room right now. Didn't even realize it was here until just now. They're so small, but so annoying still. Not as annoying as normal flies, but still. Okay, we'll take that down. We did not get a skull drop from the top, so no follow-up. We'll just go and wait till we get a skull or something. Oh yeah, duh, I forgot. This weapon actually has damage. I could just take mana to kill it with. Well, now I can't. Now we need to kill 2 of them. And unfortunately, adjacent damage doesn't work that way, so we won't be able to kill the other one. I'll throw that down. Oh, we actually got a freeze. That's funny. We are technically using Frost Mage, so we do have some amount of freeze. It's not really going to help us much. But if nothing else, I'm just have it so we gain levels. Hey, Fruit Flyer. Do you feel this delve will cause some issue with its linearity? No avoidance or alternatives route if the first 4 battles of something. Yeah, that could cause some issues. But, oh no, I haven't actually tried going deep into one yet. Because the only faction that has had 4 rooms has been the other one that just came out, the previous one. Wow, I forgot its name already too. The Warrens. But the thing that made Warrens a little bit easier with it, even though I didn't bother doing it yet, is you had 2 paths that could get you to the end. Even though you had 4 battles, there was 2 different ways of getting there. But yeah, this is the first faction where not only do you have to do 4 battles, but they're mandatory 4 battles in order to reach the final room. So it's a little bit annoying, but I don't know, we're doing every room anyways, at least until like 300 or so. So, I don't know. I don't feel like it's going to be too big an issue. But it will make some of them really annoying, like if it's a bullet team that you can't avoid or some kind of other annoyance. But most other factions are kind of set up that way. The only faction that really isn't is, oddly enough, All-Seeing Eye. Even though I hate doing all rooms on that one, its path to get to the final room is pretty straightforward, in that you have 2 really easy paths every single time to choose from. So it's pretty easy. But yeah, we'll see if this one poses much of a threat. I feel like the tier 4 room is the more annoying one out of anything. I guess tier 3 could technically have the mushroom, which can convert you. Tier 2 I don't think has anything that's really going to kill us. Not only are their stats lower, but it's just pretty bad stuff normally. But yeah, I could see the 3 or 4 being an issue right there. But we'll see. Only time will tell. Oh, good. We got pure shards on that. Very nice. Exactly what we need. Right, let's keep going. Claim some of our rewards. Have a lot more to go, that's for sure. Okay. Wait, I was about to go scout. That's kind of funny. Let me see here. So that's a treasure room. That's... Oh! Is this 2 guaranteed treasure rooms? That's interesting. That could potentially be better loot than Warren's then. If that is 2 100% guaranteed treasure rooms. I'm pretty sure one of these is just a chance though. But so far both have been treasure rooms. Interesting. Has anyone played enough to know for sure if those are both guaranteed treasure rooms? That makes it about the same loot as Warren's. Or potentially higher. I guess overall it'd be about the same. Because Warren's could be either 1, 2, or 3 treasure rooms, and this one is 1 or 2. I'm not sure yet. Either 1.5 or 2. Anyone found a Great Doom yet? I don't know what you mean by that, but you find the bigger Doom in Tower of Doom whenever you reach floor 25. Floor 25 and later starts giving the bigger Doom, the ultimate Doom of whatever the color is. But yeah, I ended up reaching that earlier. It's the same thing each time. It's just a 6-color troop that does the counter based on the base color, in this case brown. But yeah, can I actually show it? I actually kind of can't. Because if I click on the battle, it's not going to show it properly. Because if I click on this, it's not going to show us the thing. But yeah, Ultimate Doom of Darkness is what it is, the purple one. Can't actually see its stats. Unfortunately, it doesn't let you scout out the thingy. Yeah, we finished it earlier. Actually, that reminds me. Have we finished it to an orb? I don't know if my guild has gone far enough yet. They almost did. They'll hopefully get that done later tonight or this weekend. I'm actually surprised we haven't yet, but I think it's because we have some zeros. And pretty much everyone that gets to 26, I think, just stops. Because everything beyond 25 is not really that worth it. Unless your guild is trying for a leaderboard, which I highly doubt many guilds are. Oops, don't do warrens. What am I doing? I'm trying to just use 200 shards here, which is why I did that. Trying to get... Oh, nice! 2 legends at once. Trying to get this place maxed out. Anyways, back to the faction. Got plenty more to do, that's for sure. Gonna be doing this a lot today and tomorrow, especially if we go for leaderboard. Still not certain if I will be, but I am leaning towards doing it. We have an excess of gems, and we got really lucky on this legend, which makes me even more inclined to do it. Like, if we got unlucky on this legend, I probably wouldn't have. But we got insanely lucky. We got it within 200 gem keys. Also, we got apparently a task this morning, too, to go open 3 gem keys. So I didn't even need to go out of my way for that. We got 10 gems for free on top of that, which was nice. What am I doing? That can kill, right? Yes, it can kill. How much damage is that? I know it's very little, but it is more in Tower of Doom. I mean, it is more in Delves. 36. No, 40. Because it has a base damage of 4. That's not too bad. Still pretty low. Oh, sorry, you said Doom Team. I completely misread what you said. Sorry, still early in the morning. Okay. So, Doom Team. Yes, do you have Trickster Shot? We've been using, what was the team? Rock Troll, Florian, Trickster Shots, and, Queen Aurora is what we've been using. I don't know if you have all that, but if you do, it has been exceptionally good. It was actually the first time we've ever done Deathless, or not Deathless, but it's the first time we never lost a single Tower of Doom battle, nor did we lose a single Valraven with it. So it went pretty well this week. That's what you're using now? Oh, then why do you need to switch? Unless you're going for like post 26, I don't think you would really need to switch. Because at that point, they would easily start like one-shotting your front line. Well, he has Stone Skin. Actually, it might be a little bit further than that until it starts one-shotting it. But that team should work until Rock Troll gets one-shotted, which I don't think will be until like, it depends on what your stats are. But I don't think it would be until like floor 30 or so. Oh, that's why. But yeah, until Rock Troll gets one-shotted, I don't think you would need to switch. And at that point, you would need to find a way to use, like, Yasmin's Pride or something like that, so that you have enough HP to not die. Though there's nothing really too good that works with it. You have, like, Death and Sunbird, but Sunbird keeps losing its HP every time it casts. And Death doesn't have that good of a boost ratio. Is there any way to get Gargoyle? No, we can't. Answer my own question. Get Gargoyle to half mana start, but there's no way to do that. Unfortunately. That'd be really convenient if you did have that. Why did I do that? I could just use Goblin Rocket first. Oh well. Good morning, Dragon Ball Z fan. Welcome. Yeah, Warren seems like it's going to be more fun than this faction. Not that this faction is going to be boring, but it's really linear. It's the same path every single time. It's actually, I believe, the only faction in the entire game where it's the same path each time. I don't think any of them come even close to being similar to that. Maybe All-Seeing Eye is a little bit like that, but even that has some variation. This one is basically going to have no variation. It forces you into one path for half the battles, and then the rest of the battles kind of just go into their own same path as well, where there's only like one possible deviation that you can do, but you would never need to do it. You would just go all the way to the end room like this, and then do that one pretty much every time, especially during an event when you're trying to do it for score, because a 3 battle can never be higher than 4. Actually, yeah, no, that's true. If this is locked to just a treasure room, this room could never be more than it. But we'll have to see. So far, this has been a tier 2 battle, and it's been a tier 3. So this makes me think this one is not 100% chance, but it might be. And if it is 100% chance, it seems to be switching between a bunch of different ones. But anyways, it would still be better to do this one first, because it will always be 1.25. Or at least it will always be higher if it's tier 4. Let's see. We'll go throw a poke at him. Oh, that's an annoying summon. It's no longer the only thing that can bleed anymore. But technically there was a few options, but still. Okay, we'll go throw a Possessed King. I actually don't really need to cast him, but that brings it to kill range, so why not? He does have Transform. It's pretty inconsistent to try using in Delves, but you can technically try using that high-level Delves. I'd personally just go for Dragon's Eye if I needed that mechanic, though. But depending on your team, you might be able to fit. And depending on what we end up using, if I don't go into like a really cliche Megavore team, I might end up using him. I'm not sure yet. We'll find out once we get later into the Delves. Really can't know until we start messing around with stuff. That's enough to kill, right? Should be. Just move that down, even if it's not, we just do that. Good morning, Xena, or Nina. Welcome. And Carbos. And good morning, Deathshade. Hey, we gained a Frost Mage level. That's why we're using Frost Mage. Even though it's doing almost nothing for us, it's getting EXP for it. So slowly but surely we'll get EXP. Have to do it eventually. Might as well get it done now. One of the last hero classes that is viable that we don't have max yet. Oh no, we've gotten bled. Everything here pretty much bleeds. All 4 of them have bleed. On top of additional bleeds. Oddly enough, this might be one of the most annoying factions to take out at a lower level. Just because all the mechanics it has are really good against lower level stats. Not to mention you can't barrier spam effectively against this. Just because the poison, both poison and bleed break barrier. I know stream went down. Come back, stream, come back! I know it's down for a while. Where'd it go? Connection's still up. Why is it not doing things? Stream! There we go. There we go. That was weird. Stream went down for like 12 seconds. Anyways, where were we? But yeah, bleed does, bleed actually breaks barrier. So you can't use barrier spam against these in this delve. It's going to be really annoying since that's how newer players or low level players or low stat players in general, or even mid-range, tend to get past delves in some instances. It's just from spamming barrier over and over again. But yeah, you can't really do that here because bleed and poison both break through barrier. But yeah, bleed, what it does is there's 4 stacks of it. 1, 2, 3, and 4. A 1 stack does 1 true damage per turn. A 2 stack does 3 true damage per turn. A 3 stack does 6 true damage per turn. And a 4 stack at max stats does 10 true damage per turn. And it doesn't go any further than that, though it does keep refreshing. So if you keep bleeding them while they are already at a 4 bleed stack, while it won't go any higher than that, it will keep refreshing the 10% chance to cleanse per turn. So it has a 10% chance to cleanse per turn, then 20, then 30, then 40, and it keeps going up. It's not like poison where it stays on forever, but yeah, you can still keep refreshing it though, just by constantly reapplying the effect. As you saw there, we naturally cleansed it off, whereas poison lasts forever until you cleanse. You can still use cleanse to get it off though, but it also has one of those automatic timers to get it off. There we go, nice little mix of everything. Seems really high for once. I guess this glory amount making it look higher. And the fact we got 8 mythic ingots. But there we go. Anyways. What do we have for rewards? When do we even get the good reward? We don't even get the good reward till like 8. Oh, I didn't even realize that. We don't even get a major orb from this leaderboard. What a ripoff. I guess we do get like 2 Volt keys, don't we? Like 1 Volt key earlier and then 1 Volt key later. So I guess that slightly makes up for it because that could be it. And who knows, we might make leaderboard this week, so see what that gives. That could be a major orb for us. Anyways, let's keep going. So let me see, is this a treasure room? Yes, and yes. Okay. So it seems like both are 100% treasure room, but both are also a random treasure room, maybe? These seems to be lower than this one, though. So maybe this is like a level 3 or 4 treasure room, and this is a level 2 or 3. But from what I can tell, they're both 100% treasure room. Interesting. Will Pure Faction be really, really hard? I don't know. I feel like the hardest Pure Faction would still have to be Sea of Sorrows is probably still the hardest Pure Faction, just because of how hard true damage hits, to the point that's just gonna one-shot you at higher levels. Even with higher stats, it's gonna be hard to work around. But I don't know. This one does seem like it'll be decently hard, but I don't think it's gonna be too hard. Because if you can loop better than the enemy, all you have to do is just bleed spam them out. But yeah, it's still going to require like 200, 250 stats or something ridiculously high to get it done. Because you'll be able to have better usage of that one troop that creates mana. Because I have a feeling the AI will not use it correctly. Haven't really seen the AI use it much yet. But I'm pretty sure they don't use it the correct way. So you'd have that advantage over the AI, which would help out a lot. Oops, why did I do that? I casted like that like it was a completely different weapon. You know what? That should definitely be Mountain Crusher. I should just go into a Mountain Crusher team. I didn't want to do it initially to block Gargoyle, but kind of need it. See you, Nina. Have a good day. Yeah, the new delve looks really nice. And it's interesting that how linear it is. It's the first delve in the game to be perfectly linear and that you do the exact same path every time. Which is both a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because, well, we don't really need to bother thinking of what the correct path is. It's already laid out for us essentially every time. The bad thing is, it's the same path every time. It's both good and bad, I guess. But, I don't know, I think overall it's probably good than bad. It's a little bit of a change up for once, instead of having to figure out what on earth the right path is. Probably a good very first stealth to do too for newer players, just because you wouldn't have to worry about pathing at all. And it has 2 treasure rooms too, so it's already pretty good resources. So it's probably a good first stealth to do. You'd still farm Warrens, but you would use this as the first stealth you'd probably ever go to, just because it has a really good loop and a really simple layout. It's easy to understand. I'll go for that. Not like the other ones are really complicated at all. But you know, it's a little bit easier if you don't have to figure out what the best room is for everything. And dead. Use Jar of Eyes? Oh yeah, duh. But that is a little bit of a higher mana cost, but yeah, that actually would work really well. Oh, no, it isn't. No, it isn't. It's, Jar of Eyes is 14. It's actually the same mana cost. Oh, yeah. We could just be using Jar of Eyes. Thanks for that. Completely forgot about that. I even was mentioning that on Tuesday, too, like how good it was. And on Monday. Yet I'm not even using it. It's one of those weapons I kind of forget about at times, just because I feel like Mountain Crusher more often than not is better than it. But there are certain instances where using Jar of Eyes is better. And this is one of those instances where Jar of Eyes is substantially better than using Mountain Crusher. Because in this case, Mountain Crusher would just be too much mana. And the main troop we really need to get up is just that one. And yeah, Jar of Eyes would still do the explosion while not blocking him. Okay, can we combo anything here? Not really. We'll go and just destroy right there. Didn't get the skull we needed. Use that. Oh, fail! Submerge. I did that to kill it, but it has submerge on it, so I didn't kill. Wait, they're not guaranteed treasure rooms? Interesting. Okay, that makes this place a lot less viable then. But that's still 2 treasure rooms though. But if it's not a guarantee, that does make it a little bit weaker. But it's still 2 treasure rooms nonetheless. But we don't really need a Dust Storm to get full mana. Jar of Eyes will be full mana for him, even if we don't have Dust Storm. I'm pretty sure it will be. We'll find out in a moment. Oh, I did that to bring it to kill range. I didn't think he would do that. Fail. There we go. But we'll test it next delve and see what happens. But I'm pretty sure Jar of Eye cast is enough to fill Gargoyle. Even if you have a blue storm instead of a brown. Okay, all the mana we need is not here, so we can't do that. Let's go grab a... Yeah, we'll grab yellow, sure. The suggested move is actually good for once. So grab that, get a kill, take a skull, get another kill. And just have to take out the other one. Yeah, a few more rooms and we'll switch this to a really standard team. Like Mountain Crusher into anything that's high damage, really. How am I doing? Pretty good. Definitely excited for all the new stuff we just got today. And my weekend's going to be busy with trying to figure out how to put together a treadmill and whatever the other thing is called. I should forget what the name for it is. But 2 pieces of exercising equipment. It's going to be a project in itself. But I'm not leaving this weekend until it's done. Even if it takes me all Sunday, which it probably will. What did I take here? We'll take the red. How's my luck on the Mythic? Really good. We got it within 200 gem keys. Which is one of the quickest we've ever gotten. Or among one of the quickest. Not the absolute quickest, but pretty high up there. Really lucky this time. And for that reason, I'm probably going deep into this event. We're probably going to take it all the way to 500. We're very close to it. If not all the way. I don't know, we might just go all the way for once. I don't think I've ever done it. We don't have a single faction that's at 510 or higher. It is technically possible to have a faction at 510 or higher, but you can only do it during the event, which means you have to either do it during the very first event where you have 3 days to do it, or you have to rush it all in one single day by playing for like 24 hours. But it is possible to get over 500. It doesn't give you anything renown-wise, but it is possible, unless they changed it. But I'm pretty sure it's still possible. Seems like a really weird thing to change, if they did. Have you gone over Pure Faction team yet? Somewhat. Pure Faction's most likely going to be Legend in first slot, followed by Horned Asp, this guy, and another Horned Asp. So basically, this team, but replace this guy with a Horned Asp. Also, I should probably stop saying his name because I'll probably get demonetized if I keep saying Asp. Because it sounds too much like so many other words. Let's see. We'll throw that down. Take a red. But yeah, this troop's actually insanely good for a rare. I wish it was true damage, but it's still so good even without true damage. That's fine. That's not. It's like the only thing it's missing. If that was true damage, this would be the most perfect rare they've ever added. It might even still be one of the strongest rares in the game, even without it being true damage. There's a lot going for it. It's triple bleed, triple poison. Even if it was just that, it would be decent for 11. And it has full damage to a single troop and half damage to adjacent. That's not that bad at all. And has 75% mana start. And it also bleeds every skull, though that's not too relevant. Also, the extra magic it gets in Delves is also not that relevant. But 75% mana start definitely is. You know if the stream... Ah! Okay, stream seems to be back now. Technical difficulties. There we go. Anyways, it should be back now. But hopefully that doesn't keep persisting. Anyways, what was I about to go say? Hello, Ellen. Welcome. I was about to answer something, but I forgot what it was. It's been 2 times treasure room, 6 times in a row for you. Yeah, so far we got it every time. Let's see, did we get it again? Treasure room and treasure room. Yeah, who said these weren't 100%? There might be a small chance that they're not, but so far I've gotten it every single time. It is possible that it's not 100% and we're just getting lucky. Also, hello, Wizzo and Aaron. Let's see. What was the question I was answering? I was just answering something. But just re-ask it again if you still have anything. Why are you not using Divinia? There's not much of a need to. I'm just using quick, we're just using Goblin Rocket for the +1 red. But there is one change I do need to do, which is we need Jar of Eyes. And put that right in front. There we go. Fixed. But, I don't know, we don't really need a Divinia for the most part. We're still early enough that we don't need the HP gain. And unless we're giving it like 40% mana start off of that troop that we can't use here, it's not really going to be too quick of a startup compared to just throwing Jar of Eyes or Mountain Crusher or something similar. I'd also just rather have that +1 red. It gives us some board control too if we ever need it. But I don't know, Divinia we could bring out. If we do, it's going to be around like 10 to 15 or so. And we'd probably bring it out with Ketris if we were. It's just these early in the Delves, we don't need Ketris. It just takes too much mana. Especially since we can't start it with additional mana. Because we can't put Divinia into our team. She does not use blue or red. Oh, I should have taken Skull there. Whoops. But anyways, throw that there. You don't think Dragon Fountain counts as a treasure room? I think it does. It has 1,200 gold. And it can appear over treasure room slots. It actually has the highest gold of any treasure room, other than Cedric Room, technically. Because Cedric Room keeps giving you more gold every room after. What's the pure faction for Sea of Sorrows? Pure faction for Sea of Sorrows, I forget their names. But it's the one that has 50% score reduction that uses brown-green mana, followed by the blue-purple that creates a bunch of colors, of 2 colors, followed that also does Submerge and a heal and Enrage and everything, and it's followed by 2 of the Legends, and you run that team. The basic strategy is to really only use the first 2 troops, and you're only using the back 2 Legends in order to feed yourself attack. You don't ever actually cast them, but what you do is... you keep spamming the first 2 troops, particularly the one that keeps giving you extra turns, and you just keep spamming it on your first slot or whatever's about to die, and you just keep repeating that over and over again until your first slot kills everything. How do we not get full mana out of that? Okay, maybe that doesn't get full mana out of the Jar of Eyes. There's too much blue on the board, just ever so slightly. And this is why I like Jar of Eyes more. I mean, this is why I like Mountain Crusher more. But at least it doesn't block the brown. We'll see after the rest of this delve. If nothing else, we're reaching the point where Gargoyle is not viable anymore. I think we still have one more room that we could do before it's not viable. Pretty sure I swallowed that fruit fly as well. I always feel like I have whenever there's like a bug flying around. If I ever see a bug flying around and then it's not flying around anymore, it's like, yep, I accidentally swallowed it. I assume that pretty much every time, including now. I think I seriously did this time though. Luckily it's only a fruit fly, so it's not gonna matter. Fruity. Let's see. I need to do something about that, but he's not gonna let us. So let's take over something randomly. Grab all that. Luckily, he doesn't go for Gargoyle, nor does he get a Drain. I better not die to Death Mark. Oh, good. He just refreshed it, so he can't die this turn. It doesn't help if we don't get a kill immediately. Oh, good. He refreshed it again. Whenever you actually get re-hit by a Death Mark, you can't die the following turn, which is actually why it's good getting hit by that there. Every time he keeps hitting us, the following turn that we actually have a 0% chance to die. Because even when you refresh a Death Mark for whatever reason, it still has a 1-turn delay. I wish they would get rid of that aspect of it. It would actually make Death Mark really viable. Like, it was really way too annoying when it had a 0-turn delay. But, I don't know, I would love to see if they actually got rid of, like, that repeating 1-turn delay. Like, I understand a need to have it initially. Like, it definitely needed to have one. But it doesn't make much sense that every single time you reapply Death Mark, it re-adds the 1-turn delay. It doesn't stack it, though, so if you keep doing, like, multiple Death Marks at a single instance, it's not going to stack, like, multiple turns of delay. But every single time you do it, it does re-add that 1 turn of delay, making it so that the following turn, it's impossible to die to it. Even if there was already a Death Mark. Ha! The rhyming. I think a standard Fang team might be best. They're all useful. Fang teams are pretty decent in that it's pretty strong of a team. I don't think you would actually use it for Delves, though. You could if you had no other options. But generally, the pure faction you don't really run for progressing forward. You just bring it out ever so occasionally for those particular points where you want to get renown. But doing it for every room tends to be a little bit slower. Just because there's always something that tends to be more viable than it. Oh, he's about to summon and I can't stop him. Oh no, it is enough damage. But we are starting to reach the point where it's almost not enough damage. So this will probably be the last one we run Gargoyle for. I guess we'll switch into some kind of Mountain Crusher team after. Got to figure out what options we actually want to go. Someone did mention it with Infernus and Tetris and everything. I don't know if I want to go Infernus yet, though. I might go Divinia first and use it for the HP gain and then just go into Ketris with it. So build it like a Divine team just without a mana start. And just use Mountain Crusher as our mana start. There we go. And that'll kill. Skull's not enough, but the Gargoyle is. Also, I need to stop using Frost Mage soon. I am still using Frost Mage. That's one of the other reasons why we're not doing as well. Obviously, Titan would be best, but fortunately, we don't gain any XP if we use Titan. I don't know where I want to use this. I guess we'll just waste it. Takes too long to try to figure out where the most viable location is on 4 times speed. Unless we're playing something like Guild Wars. It's not really worth the time to figure it out. Actually, we could probably get away with using Gargoyle for one more floor. Yeah, we could also just use the second Gargoyle, too. Okay, let's make sure this Valraven goes down. I'll play it super safe just by doing that. There we go. Okay. So I'll take the green over. Grab all the yellow. Yeah, we'll stick it right there. Why not? Grab a skull. He'll take the other skull. Or not. Take that. Try getting that full mana. And it was kill it with a one-shot. Could be a one-shot. I don't see why it wouldn't be. And dead. I love how this is yet another faction you can use Yasmin's Pride, Ketris, Death, and Yellow, 4th. Let's see. Yeah, you could get away with that. You might want a mana generator in your last slot, though, to work with that. Let's see. Can you use Gimlet here? You can. Interesting. I don't know about Death. Well, I guess it could boost ratio off it. But yes, we can use Yasmin Pride. What's the team? Yasmin Pride, Ketris, Death or a mana generating alternative, and Gimlet. That'd be interesting, because we'd get our brown shield immediately off of Gimlet. That would then give us Yasmin. We then convert, or we then use it on first slot. We then kill with Ketris on second slot. Actually, we'd probably use Yasmin's like 2 or 3 times. Then we'd use Ketris on second, Ketris fourth, and Def cleanup, and that'd be match. Yeah, we'll give it a shot. That's for way later in Delves, though. We have to be like floor 200, 250, maybe even 300 before we really start bringing that out, though. At least 200. That'd be a pretty good room, or a pretty good team to try doing every room for. It might take a little while, but we'd have a lot higher stats. Okay, I think I'll run with Gargoyle one more time, and then we'll switch into something else. But yeah, we got double treasure room again. We've gotten double treasure room every time so far. Let's see. You know what? I am going to put a second Gargoyle there. There we go. We don't use yellow anymore, but it's not that big a deal. Also, since we're using double now, it's actually better to go Mountain Crusher. It didn't when we were using so little mana, but now we are using more, so might as well just go Mountain. So we'll do that, and just switch it to a +2 brown. Wherever that is. Actually, is there? Yes, there is. Duh. We can do that banner. +2 brown, +1 red, exactly what we need. And let's go. Should be able to go actually 2 more floors with this now, because we can use Gargoyle and the follow-up Gargoyle to clean up whatever's left. And now that we're using Mountain Crusher with a bunch of browns, should get all the manas that we need. With 1 brown of that low of a mana cost, I don't feel like it's worth it. But now that we have 2, that's a 28 mana cost. So that makes it more like what a Ketris is or something like that. And then we just go cast to cast. Actually, that could probably last to like level 80 or 90 with how many stats we have. Yeah, I'm almost guaranteed that's 100% chance of 2 treasure room. They can be lower value treasure rooms, but it seems to definitely be double treasure room. Unless we're just getting absurdly lucky. Yeah, overall, it's about the same loot as Warren's, though. Also, I haven't been paying attention. Are we getting red-blue arcanes for the final battle? I haven't paid attention a single time we got there. I'll make sure to keep note of it this time around. Come on, click. Okay, do we have a drop for that? No, we did. Yes, we do. Let's take purple. Grab all that, Mountain Crush everything. And we'll take that just so he doesn't get anything out of it. Gargoyle second. Gargoyle fourth. Plays just like Ketris, except with mana generation, but with less damage. But for lower stat troops, it doesn't matter, that's less damage. It also technically doesn't use green, but that's very trivial. Makes up for that by having 10 less mana. At least for lower delves. Yeah, like 2 more floors, and we'll need a switch. I did that just to try for a brown extra turn. Didn't get it though, unfortunately. Let's take that brown because we only need 1 mana. No point in casting Mountain Crystal for it. Oh, he has double stealthy. That's annoying. Now we're gonna have to triple cast because of it. But luckily we have triple, so it's not gonna matter. No trade stones at the end. That is really weird. I have no clue why they made Warren's the only one. That is very strange. Anyways. You left for a moment and Jar of Eyes got replaced. Oh yeah, we switched to double Gargoyle. And now that we're using more browns, it's better for us to use Mountain Crusher. When we were only using one Gargoyle, it wasn't. But I ended up just going for a double. Go suggested, and yeah, it doesn't work better. Because we could just double cast it. Also makes the extra turn. Well, actually, it's still the same chance that we get an extra turn. But if we do get an extra turn, it's brown based now instead of blue as well. It's also nice. But the biggest issue Mountain Crusher normally has in various brown teams, if you're only using one brown and it's below 20 mana cost, I don't feel like it's worth using Mountain Crusher with it. But whenever your total amount of brown ends up exceeding that, it tends to be worth it. Why does everything have to have stealthy exactly where we need them not to have stealthy? I didn't even double check to see if this one was actually better, but it is. So far, it's been better 100% of the time. I don't know if that's persistent, but it seems to be so far. Oops, that exploded the browns we need. That kind of backfired. Now I don't have mana. Until he gives it to us. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so Gargoyle the second one. Actually, I'm just going to Gargoyle that so I don't have to deal with Wrath. I'm still not using Tian, so we can randomly Death Marcos, which I don't want to deal with. Do we wait for full mana? No, it has too far to go. So let's go for the kill. And then we just kill it off of that. Any suggestion for a team that doesn't use Possessed King? It's the exact same thing, except you would replace Possessed King with Gimlet, most likely. That red yellow troop that converts all green to brown. Actually, we could probably be doing that instead of Possessed King, and it would probably even be better than Possessed King, as long as we have alignment. Like right now, we could convert those to brown, instantly Mountain Crusher, and go from there. But now we have to waste our entire turn to take brown, and we don't even get full mana. Oh, actually, that's really bad. We're Death Marked on it, too.
Mana surge. Mana surge.
Will it die? Well, we refreshed it, so we can't die this turn. Let's kill it so we don't have to deal with that anymore. Still alive, but not cleansed. So we could just win before it dies, which is also an option. We have one turn. And it does not die. Good. Hello, Heinous. Welcome. Yeah, I guess we'll try switching it again. We keep switching it almost every delve. We might as well keep switching it. So, yeah, we'll try Gimlet next and see if that speeds it up. Also making the team a lot more accessible since it won't use a Mythic. I do advise getting Possessed King in the near future, though. Next time you see it in Soulforge, it'll probably be worth crafting. Because by the time it comes back in Soulforge, Darkstone will be able to reach 10+ stars. So it would be a good idea to go get him, because Darkstone should be the first ever Magic Kingdom to reach +3 magic. Currently, none of them have reached it yet, but it will be the first, most likely. Unless they change the schedule of when things are coming out. Actually did Possessed King there just so we could get the kill like that. Saves us from having to cast another Gargoyle. There we go. Claim our loot, and then let's go switch this team again. Oh, we got a lot of useless gold for that one. Grab all that, and let's see. Oh, this room is finally weaker than the other one for once, but there's still both treasure rooms. Anyways, let's go switch this again. Let's put Gimlet there. There we go. We only use 3 colors, but we use those 3 colors very effectively. Anything else they need to switch around? I don't think so. There we go. Mountain Crusher, double Gargoyle, and Gimlet. So now on turn 1 we can do stuff like that. Of course that's pretty ineffective for that particular turn. but we didn't really have many other options. Normally, you should give us a full Mountain Crusher into extra turn, more often than not. Possibly even leaking into Gargoyle. At this point, we could almost just go triple Gargoyle and just use triple Gargoyle with Gimlet. But I still want to keep Hero just so we can class EXP. Double Gargoyle is basically like one Ketris. The biggest difference is that it has Explosion, so you still have extra turn chance, which works really good with Storms. Okay, why do we keep getting awful boards for Gimlet? The second I start using him, we keep getting boards that don't use him. Same thing happens whenever I use Mercy. Like, we'll get the most perfect purple to yellow alignments every single time when we're not using Mercy. And then once I switch to Mercy, we never get it. At least that feels like how it is. It's probably because we're not really paying attention to it, but then we start paying attention to it. Because we need to whenever we're using it. Just gonna Mountain Crusher here just to get that mana. Yeah, I was gonna say, I would hope that would reach full for that much mana. We'll throw that down. Throw it on last slot, take the browns first, get that full. How did he live? 3 HP. That's starting to show signs that we need to stop using Gargoyle if it's not even going to get a kill when we target something. So yeah, maybe this will be the last delve we run Gargoyle. I said it's still about 7 or 8 anyways, so that is exactly where we're at right now. Oh, why did I take it that way? I could have taken it up and gotten full mana right there. Whoops. I'm just going to have to waste some Mountain Crusher. Luckily, we extra turn, so it doesn't matter. Why'd I do that? That was kind of a waste of a turn. I'll throw that down. But yeah, we need to stop using Gargoyle. It doesn't one-shot anymore. Which kind of defeats the point using Gargoyle compared to Ketris. Use Gargoyle because it can still one-shot at lower range. But if we stop one-shotting, we might as well just use Ketris so we have higher damage, so we can one-shot. Okay, throw another hit there. Let's see. I'm actually gonna do it on first slot just so we start killing some stuff. And then we double cast that. We're using Dawnbringer with Bard, Champion of Anu, Possessed King, and Ubistet. Interesting combination. What level range are you currently running that at? I feel like that would be more of a mid-range one. As far as what level we run it at. Yeah, for level 90 it seems like that would work. Like 100 to 200 or so seems like where that would work best. Somewhere around there. But I guess it depends on how much stats you have too. Oh, I keep forgetting. That weapon has 0 explosions when webbed now. It used to have 1, but they got rid of the 1 explosion off of its what's it called? The ability. Off of its there's a special name for it. It's not trait. It's not. Is it called tempering? I'm pretty sure it's called tempering. That sounds weird though. Off of its tempering. But it used to have that 1 explosion thing. No, affix. That's what it was called. I knew it had a proper name. It's called an affix. But yeah, it doesn't have that explosion affix anymore. It doesn't even exist in the game anymore. Nothing has the explosion affix. It has some like useless, or not even useless, but it has that gain like 2 mana to all browns now or something like that instead of the explosion. which is still decent. And in some cases, like this team, it's actually better than what we had before. Oh, why did I do that? I should have taken this room first. I keep forgetting. Because this room can actually be higher than the other room. I don't think it actually was in that instance, but it can be. It would have to be a goblin room, and this room would have to be a 1.25. That would very rarely ever happen. But it can. Actually, did it happen? I wasn't even paying attention to what the previous battle was. No, it was a 1.25, I believe. It was the dwarf team. Oh no, that's a 1.3, the dwarf team. Oh, there's two different dwarf teams, actually. One of them appears on 1.25, and the other one appears on 1.3, I believe, on the tier 5 battle. One's from tier 4, the other's from tier 5. Do we have Gimlet? No, but we can still use that to set up Mountain Crusher. Oh, not if we're webbed! Oh, no wonder why we keep getting webbed. I'm wondering, like, why are all these random battles webbing us? It's because we had a tier 5 battle with the web, or yeah, tier 5 battle with the web spinner, which the effect of doing that afterwards is all enemies have web on their skulls. Now we keep getting webbed every single time they do skulls. That is really annoying, given that we're using Mountain Crusher. There's no way to avoid it. Unless we had immune to web. Actually, does any hero class even have immune to web? I don't think they do. I'd assume Orb Weaver would, but it doesn't. That'd actually be amazing if they gave Orb Weaver that one Dark Elf trait. That one that gives immune to web, mana drain, and one other thing. I forget what it was. But that'd be a really nice perk for Orb Weaver. It would instantly make the hero class like really viable, but they're probably never going to do it. But it would make sense. Like almost everything in the kingdom has it. Okay, we'll take that over. What do we need? This board looks so bad. We'll just take purple for now. Problem is we barely use any color. We only use 3. Kind of depending on Mountain Crusher to keep giving us a good board. Or the Gimlet to give us all of our mana we need like that. Yeah, I think this is the last battle we do with Gargoyles. They're still good, it's just starting to slow down. Yeah, there we go. That battle still died one shot just because it's tier 2, but most of the other ones aren't going to die to it. Like this last battle definitely isn't going to die in one shot. It's going to take like 4 shots to do this. You like watching all their stats go up every single turn. That is pretty fun. And there are several troops that do that.
Mana surge.
It's pretty much the only team I end up building so far with the new Mythic as well. I haven't tested it much yet. I probably will either later today or tomorrow. I don't think we'll be doing it much today just because I'll be focusing more so on the delve today. Oddly enough, the new Legend's probably the lesser piece of content we got today. I mean, a new Mythic, I mean. The new Legend and the new Delve itself are a bit more interesting. Especially since a lot more people probably don't even have the Mythic. This is harder to obtain, yet not even as good. Yeah, we'll stick the Outlaw Skull. And there we go. Now to say goodbye to Gargoyles. And I guess hello to Ketris, or some kind of similar other team. Wow, I got a little bit of everything there. The only thing missing is gold. Otherwise, that would have been one of every drop. I don't think I've ever seen one of every drop before. Also, we still have 100% treasure room rate. So yeah, both of those seem to be 100% treasure rooms. Anyways, time to figure out what our new team is. Almost want to keep using Gimlet. That's going to give us our quick mana start. So, Mountain Crusher, that needs to be Titan soon. I guess we'll go one more delve without it, but I think after this we need to switch to Titan. But let's see, Mountain Crusher. Gimlet goes in the back. Ketris. Problem is if we use Gimlet though, we can't really run Divinia. This is the only problem with that. Guess we could run an Infernus, but we're denying purple. color are we still missing? Blue. What's a good brown-blue or red-blue? Or anything that can fit there with blue. So yeah, it'd have to be red-blue or blue anything. Oh yeah, duh, we could use blue anything. Let's see. Apothecary. That looks promising. But then catchers is our only damage, and I don't have a stat buff for it. What's a good blue stat buffer for Ketris? And not Sunweaver. So technically Sunweaver would be one. Ha! We could use the new poison guy. But it would conflict with it. Highforge? What would Highforge do? He doesn't help with stats. He does clean up kills. But he doesn't help Ketris. Well, he'd help Ketris clean up kills, but I want to try getting stats for him or something. Divinia would normally be what we go for. A 4-dwarf team? We could run 4 dwarfs. But Highforge is a good majority of our damage, and that's only really good if we have higher stats, and we're starting to get to the point where they have higher stats than us. Has to be something that does this properly. Apothecary, Gimlet, Highforge. But I do want to still make sure we use Hero. Is the problem as well. At least while we're still using Frost Mage anyways. I might just have to put Divinia there and get rid of Gimlet. That or I'll have to go Sunweaver. I really don't want to have to go Sunweaver because you have to waste your turn to buff it. But, I don't know. I guess in this context, it's actually not bad, technically. They'd probably use it in front of it, too. So it doesn't lose stats from when it starts taking skulls in case our hero dies somehow. Then again, our hero's not going to die. But, I guess we'll just go Sunweaver. I'll see a different option. But you don't have to go Ketris. You can still keep using Gargoyles if you really want to. You can get away with Gargoyles to like level 150 or so. If you really had to. It just starts slowing down once you start reaching 80 or so. But I think we'll try this for now and just see what happens. They're basically going with a one-shot Ketris team. It's still using the Gimlet to feed it. And then Sunweaver just to get the damage up a little bit higher. We'll see what happens. Chief Daragon, Mountain Crusher, Rock Troll, and Iron Gut. Oh! I almost forgot about Iron Gut. Yeah, we could build entire teams around Iron Gut. I think that my biggest issue that I'm doing right now is I'm trying to think of mid-range teams. But all the teams I keep thinking of are like higher level teams, which we could technically be using for this, but they're going to be slower. And by higher level teams, I mean like 200 plus or so, or even 150 plus. When you start needing like really high stuff to upscale. But yeah, I believe this is one shot. I'm not sure yet. Yes, it is. So Ketris still gets one shot at this level range. The only problem is he's our only damage source. I do not have any way to pick off. So we probably do replace out Sunweaver. I knew that was a bad choice. I should have just kept looking for something. Because Sunweaver is not that helpful. I don't think we're ever going to cast it a single time in this entire delve. Unless we need it to reach one-shot range. Which I might need for the higher stat battles. We'll find out in a moment. Especially if you lose stats, I guess we'll need it. That or if he's within 6 mana range, we can actually do it too. So we can do that to give it full mana, and then we just throw it down. Do that. Oops. Fail. Oh, and agiled. Triple fail. Yeah, the new legend is a really good frontline tank. But the problem is if we use him, we can't use Divinia, we can't use Infernus, and we can't use Gimlet. Or at least we can't use any of those 3 as effectively. And that eliminates a lot of good options. He is a good troop. I just feel like the better stuff of higher rarity might be a bit better than him. Because we're not really going to need the bleed mechanic for much. We can't really build a pure true damage team out of red and blue, I don't think. Actually, yes, we could. We could build it with our Yali. We could build it with him. We could build it with... I don't know, maybe we'll have to try a pure true damage team. That actually technically could work. But we'd have to bring out our Yali, Crimson Bat, Dracula, stuff like that. We're gonna bother using it with the true damage one. Plus, we'd have to bring out some kind of true damage hero weapon. That or like Mountain Crusher just for mana accumulation. Mountain Crusher is the answer to like everything. Need mana? Mountain Crusher. It's the quickest explosion in the game other than Empowered Leprechaun. If you put Divine Ishbala and Holy Saint Astra in the team, will they start with the battle with 90% mana? No. They would start with 50% mana. The way that percents work is it just takes into priority whichever percent is higher. It does not take in priority each individual percent. So if you have like a 10%, a 50%, and a 40%, it'll give you 50% instead of 100%. It just takes whatever the highest is. Similarly, if you had like a 75% or in a 50%, it'll just give you the 75%. It just takes whatever highest is every single time, regardless of how many different ones you have. And that's mainly to make sure you can't just use 2 of them to get full mana to everything, because that'd be pretty broken for a lot of stuff. I keep forgetting that it's double stealthy. Yeah, Catcher still gets one-shots, even without a buff. That's nice. Not sure how much longer that's going to last for, but at least we have it now. Probably a few more floors. I'm actually not even going to bother with Catchers there. We'll do it there, and then we can one-shot the thing in first. If we can get the mana, that is. There we go. And they both have stealthy, so we can target both of them. Once the entire enemy team has stealthy, none of them have stealthy. Hello, Itelothoso. Welcome. I completely butchered that. Let's see. Itelo? Let's see. There has to be multiple words. Itelothoso. It has to be multiple words. It's too many syllables. I'm not sure. But hello, welcome. Let's see. Yeah, we'll just cast that. We'll just do normal order. We don't need to do anything special for it, because he's gonna move up once he dies to that. So we do that on last slot, and then we have to re-kill him. Oh, it did not kill last slot, apparently. Thought it would. Catchers, what are you doing already not one-shotting? That's what happens when you don't have a stat buff for him. Or at least a proper one. It's not really a proper one. Mountain Crusher, Divinia, Draculus, Corvash. That would work. But it doesn't use the new legends. The whole point of building a pure true damage team was to try using the new legend in it. Just for fun. But yeah, I guess we could replace out Divinia with, what's his name? Yeah, I think I'll try a true damage next. We keep trying a different team every time, we might as well. I don't think I'm going to keep doing that every single time, especially once we get to deeper delves, but we're still early enough that we can mess around with just about anything and not really worry about losing the Vow Raven for the most part. As long as we have one thing that can single shot. And then again, that team has nothing that can single shot, but should still be fine. Let's see, I'll take that out. Grab the blue. Get our explosion. He's within 6 range, so I'm actually just going to use that on him. That brings him to full. This should also bring us to enough to one-shot the Chakra. And there we go. Okay, so what do we need? We'll take that. Also, one interesting thing, we haven't gotten a Cedric room yet. We've had several delves, but still no Cedric for whatever reason. Hopefully we'll find one soon. only a matter of time. We have 2 treasure rooms. I highly doubt that we'll never get one. This happen eventually. Unless it's deliberately set to never appear there. I'm just gonna do a weird move and kill him there, just to make sure we don't get re-def marked. I really need to put Titan there so we can't get def marked anymore. I think we're finally going to switch to Titan for next delve as well, so we can finally start using the proper hero class. Because at this point we're starting to get deep enough where the little bit of extra EXP we're getting towards our thing is not worth the amount of time that it's taking extra. It would be so much quicker just with Titan there. Maybe not so much quicker, but decently quicker. Yeah, we're probably just getting unlucky and just never seeing any. It happens. I'm not sure what I'd even use if I do see one. We can use a partial key team, but it's kind of clunky. Also, we have to go through so many rooms that, you know what, it might not even be worth trying to build a gold team out of it. Because, yeah, we have to go through, what, like 7 rooms to reach it? 6 rooms? We've gone through almost the entire delve by the time that we actually reach the Cedric room. So never mind, it's probably not even worth building around. We actually reach it so late that if it's all the way in the top left corner, I don't even think it's going to be worth rushing to. Because it's so far that we would have completed every single room in the delve except for one in the final room. So we wouldn't even really get much value out of it. Like, basically none. Bearers just devoured your hero? Well, that's why you use Titan. Then it can never be devoured. But yeah, we're finally switching to Titan for next delve and for all the future ones. Unfortunately, that means no Frost Mage XP, but it'll speed things up. It'll also make it a lot safer once we reach later delves. Because we obviously need barrier spam so we don't die. Though, actually, that's going to be weird. Barrier spam is going to be hard to do. I forgot about that. While we do have immune to poison, if I'm not mistaken, on Titan, we, however, do not have immune to bleed. So, yeah, we're going to get bled spam. It's going to be annoying. So we're going to keep losing our barrier every time. Maybe we don't need Titan. I actually forgot about that. Titan might not actually even help us that much. Might be one of the few delves ever where we actually don't bother with Titan. Like, we're still going to be using it some, but I mean for like really late delves where it can just like 2-shot us. I think we'll have to switch to like a stone skin or something with higher reduction than that. Something that can consistently mitigate instead of a barrier. Because they all bleed on Skull. But then again, they can't bleed on Skull if we have barrier. Because their on Skull effect wouldn't work. I don't know, maybe we still try Titan. Anyways, what's this room? Do we finally have a gold room? No, it can't. It's not a 2. But yeah, we'll switch to Titan. Okay, we need to switch his entire team. Well, first things first. Do we stick with this and just replace out Sunweaver, or do we change? That or we could go to pure true damage. I don't know, what do you think? Replace out Sunweaver for something, or try pure true damage? Let's see. Also, while we're trying to figure that out, let me see if I can figure out what I do want to replace that with. If we do replace it with something. Or definitely replacing it with something. But if we're going to go back to this team. I need a buffer that doesn't waste any turns. That or just a second damage source. Either or. Ooh, Queen Titania is an interesting one. I don't think anything on the first or final battle is immune to Fairy Fire. Iron Gut team. We could build Iron Gut team. I don't see why not. Actually, we could probably keep Gimlet on it too. Sure, we'll try an Iron Gut team. Try a Divine team. We can't really get away with Divine team when we don't have the extra. We could run like Infernus, Ketris, and something else. But we don't have half mana start for them. But yeah, let me go try Iron Gut. We'll just give it a quick rundown. We won't really need this until later delves. Actually, you know what? Let me try the true damage first, then we'll try Iron Gut. Let me try it with the new legend that came out as well. Also, speaking of that, let me go open a bunch of shards. We should have a bunch more to go open. that haven't been for delves. Also, we have an orb after next room. Also, we'll give out a redeem code once we get that orb. I'll probably hand it out after next delve. It shouldn't take too long. But anyways, let me go and open all the shards if it ever get there. If it'll ever go. Keeps lagging like crazy. That happens. Oh yeah, you could spam cleanse to get rid of bleed. I don't know, how badly would we really need to get rid of bleed? Because the problem is it happens at the start of your turn. So you would automatically lose your barrier that way. So you'd have to regain it by the end of your turn. I guess Divine Protector automatically regains it. What is your opinion on the new axe weapon? It's useless. Is basically my opinion on the new axe. It is the only weapon that has bleed. But that's not saying much. It's pretty underwhelming. It's just a double bleed into a small amount of double damage. The new rare that came in the New Kingdom is better than the weapon. There we go. Finally it loaded. Oh, we got tribute too. Should have grabbed that. Get our mail, a bunch of various rewards for shards. It's so little, even though it's spread across so many mail. But yeah, let's go and open all these. Hopefully enough to upgrade something. Okay, we got another legends. Still need another 2, I believe, or 3. And we did not get it. Let's open a bunch one at a time, I guess. Didn't get it quickly that way. Probably not. Oh, we finally got the epic upgraded. Might be another star. Oh, no. We need 2 more of them upgraded before we get another star. Let's go double check their current condition. Oh, we got 1 more. There we go. Okay, so that epic's definitely upgraded. Let me go check our troops. Click on that. Find Fang. And where does that bring things? So the epic... Oh, wait. Oh. Wait, what? Oh, I confused the rarity of one of them initially. I thought that was the epic for whatever reason. My bad. That one's the epic, so we still need 1 more copy of him. We finally got the legendary max, but I do need 2 spare copies of it. But I guess, you know what? I'm not doing pure faction yet, but we are soon. You know what? I'm not going to upgrade it yet. Maybe once the epic gets there. I'll wait till we get 1 more copy. Because pure faction wouldn't need to. Pure faction would barely even run 1. Actually, you know, I guess we could still get away with 2. We could run 2 of him, Shaman and Horned Asp, or we could run him, Double Horned Asp, and Shaman, with the Shaman in between the little lizards. Yeah, we'll leave it unupgraded for now. We can't even get a kingdom out of it anyways. We would need the epic to be upgradable. And it would only be for tribute anyways. Anyways, let's go do the delve now. So I guess we'll run true damage next and just mess around with the new troop. Oh, but then I kind of want to have them upgraded, don't I? I don't know. To upgrade or not to upgrade? That is the question. I guess we'll upgrade it. Let me go back. Let's upgrade it. If we're gonna run it, we might as well. So we'll get that to Mythic. Get that up. Actually, let me use a small green for that. It's the whole point of using them. Is to use it on Legends, so we save a bunch of souls. We end up saving a whole 1,000 there. It doesn't seem like much with how big our stack is, but it adds up over time. Definitely useful. Anyways, he's upgraded. We'll get the epic next. Actually, I feel like almost just buying another copy of the epic. We're probably going to be going deeper on this anyways, as far as how far we're going with the faction event. Because I believe I am going to try for leaderboard. So, yeah, let's go do that. Let's go and go 3 battles further. Is it really that worth it? Probably not, but we're still doing it. It's only 300 gems. It's we can spare it with that big of a stack of gems. Plus, it will give us more to do this weekend. Anyways, That's the epic we needed. I buy it and I don't even use it. Fail. We go do that. Go to Fang. And I will raise our tribute, I believe, to 10-star up to 12-star from immediately getting this upgraded. That's not what I meant to do. Do that. Get that up. Use a green orb on it again. Small green. That'll save us 900 souls. As much as a legend, but still pretty much the same. And there we go. Okay. So that should be 12-star Keter. There we go. And now we go from 10 to 12. And that doesn't give us much, but it gives us a 0.25 increase to both tribute reward and tribute chance. And apparently tribute reward is possible. We would need to go get another 2 of them maxed, but that's pretty easy to do because all we have to do now is get the ultra rare maxed, which we'll need a bunch more shards for, and horned asp maxed, which we'll also need a bunch more shards for. Well, we'll just have to keep throwing them at it. But yeah, we can actually get tribute chance up a little bit higher as well, which would be nice. This place is pure souls, so not the best of tributes, but that's still fine. Anyways, let's go and do the faction already. And after this faction, we'll hand out code. Let's see, what were these 2 rooms? Anything relevant? Possibly. No, not possibly. Okay. Well, let's go and change out this team. So let's go build a true damage team. Pure true damage. I might still keep Mountain Crusher though. But we need to go with oh, I forget his name. Let me just type in Bleed. He's like the only few that has it. Chief Darrigan. So we'll put him there. We'll put a Yali in there. And we'll put a Corvash in there. What are we missing? We're missing purple. Purple true damage. What are you? Technically we could do weapon, but I want to have the explosion there. Purple true damage. Let's see, let's do that and type in true. None of that is good. None of that is good. So, well, we have a minus purple banner anyways. I guess we just keep using what we're using. +2 brown, +1 red, -1 purple. And just run it like that. Bit of a weird team. We don't have single target either, so hopefully we don't find a Val Raven. That'd be a fail if it escapes. But we have Corvash, so that should make up for it. A little bit excessive using that for that, but should still be fine. And nothing else, we use it for Yali summon. A little bit of a weird team, but I think we can make it work. It also combines poison with bleed. I don't have any way to get reds very easily though, but it should still work out. Let me move Corvash. Oh, no, we don't move Corvash higher any. Oh, also, I need to switch to Tian. That I did forget. Tian. Where are you? Where'd it go? There we go. And we'll change the Titan because it's way better. You got 11 of the new legends before you got the Mythic. Well, currently we have 1 copy of it at Mythic, so we'll see how over we get. So far, Sea of Sorrows is my worst luck of any of them yet, as far as getting an absurd amount of legends. We got so many of the legends that we have more copies of the legends than the epic, even after buying multiple packs for the kingdom. Or for the faction, I mean. Oh, yeah, what's our kill option here? That's kind of funny. He's like, we have no kill option. That would be helpful. Our kill option is basically spam Yali, actually. We're just using Corvash where we need. Yali or Tesla? Yali's safer, Tesla's probably quicker. Also, Yali covers different colors, so it depends what you need covered. In this case, it's covering our green, and it's technically, I guess, somewhat covering our yellow. But, yeah, it depends what colors you need covered. Okay, this has immune to poison, right? Yes, it has immune to poison, but does not have immune to bleed. Actually, nothing but Impervious and that other weird trait are the only 2 that have immune to it. Impervious and that one that Dooms have, which is basically irrelevant. So basically, just Impervious is the only real way that we'll have immune to bleed. Otherwise, we'd have to keep cleansing and stuff. Yeah, this team isn't going to be exceptionally quick, but I figured we'd try true damage with him real quick just to messing around with it, if nothing else. He'll still easily win. Also, you don't have to use Uriel either. It could be Tesla or whatever else you want to put for true damage. It just seems like the safer option. We'll take the blue there. I did not get full mana for anything. Another reality, and a score bash kill. I better not get a kill. Oh, never mind. I thought that was a mirror for a second. Even if that was a mirror, that wouldn't have been anywhere close to a kill. We will be using Iron Gut. I still intend to do so. I'm just bringing it out more so towards the later delves. It's a bit overkill if we try doing it this early. Same as things like Megavore teams and stuff. I'm not switching to those yet. And same as using Tetris with, what's it called? Yasmin's Pride. We're just at too low of stats for it to be viable yet. So we will be getting around to them. Need to get a bit deeper. Oh, I should have waited. I need to get Uriel up first. Out of everything on our team, I should be spamming Uriel the most, even though it's all the way in last slot. Will there ever be an Impervious hero? Probably not. I highly doubt that. That would be so strong if they did. But you never know. But it's very unlikely. They might eventually give one of the better Impervious traits to a hero. Like, for example, they technically gave the Dwarf trait to the Stone Tree, which is something that Tian has, as well as Rune Priest. I wish they would give that one Dark Elf trait to Orb Weaver, because that would make the hero class pretty decent. And there's a few others here and there that they might end up adding. Like, I'm pretty sure they might eventually, if they start re-trading everything, they might add Undying to either Death Knight and or Necromancer, and a few other things like that. But I don't think they would ever actually add Impervious. It just seems a little bit too good for hero. Same as really high score reductions. I'm pretty sure they're never going to get past 40%, maybe 50% at best. But they're probably going to be really reluctant to bring that too high, just because of how ridiculously viable any hero class would become if they did. Like, possibly even better than Titan level good. Just because even if it didn't have half mana and everything else on it was horrible, just having Impervious into the choice of any weapon is pretty strong. Okay, I'm starting to hate this team. It's a nice little switch up, but I am starting to hate it. It has a weird synergy going on, even though it is technically pure true damage. Why is the Warren's Treasure Hoard at level 200 for farming? Oh yeah, I got it to level 200 for farming purposes. That's the only reason why I upgraded it to 200. Also, we got a Valraven in play. That's sad. This team is not set up at all for killing Valravens. The best alternative is to cast Uriel a billion times. Specifically 3 times. Oh, that's sad. We just lost hero. That's sad. We're going to lose the Valraven battle. Wait, we got Uriel. Uriel, save us! Let's see. Corvash, go. That's sad. Okay, we'll do that. Uriel, you need full mana. Take green. We'll get that infinite frontline tank. There we go. We got our replacement. Our replacement Mountain Crusher. Okay, let me take yellow before we evade the battle. And there we go. Okay, we evaded death. Barely. Enough to kill? No. We'll still throw it. Oh, no, we won't. We'll just throw it Browns. It's 1 damage off for killing, though. I should have taken Skull. That would have been enough. Oh, no! It died again. Okay, Uriali, go get full mana again so we can go get a resummon. So we have a tank for when we start next battle. There we go. Oh, that was almost horribly bad. Actually, still was pretty bad. Well, round 2. See how it does against this battle. Well, good thing we tested the true damage at a lower level. Otherwise, it would have done even worse. I guess we'll attack buff just for desperation's sake, just so we don't lose. So we'll do that. Oh, yeah, I forgot we get explosion. I keep forgetting it even has the explosion part of it. So we can get some browns off of that next turn. Take a skull for free. Yeah, I guess we let first slot die. We just build up a high attack or something. Seems fine. Unfortunately, first slot doesn't get it, of course. It just goes to all below. But if first slot dies out, we could easily just replace it with another Yali. I mean, with another Bone Naga. Hopefully we could get a Skull there. Apparently not. We're also apparently not going to be able to use that attack value because he's managed to take 0 skulls. Possibly because I keep taking all of his skulls. Well, let's let him have some. Ooh, a triple bleed. Very nice. I feel like we're getting really little value out of that bleed, though. But it's probably because we're not really using a team that's that red-oriented. We barely even use red mana. It's only for his ability, which doesn't really do much. At least with where he's currently positioned, it doesn't do much. There's not much of a point using him at first slot, otherwise he dies too quickly. It would if we were using it in other game modes. I don't think for delves it would be the way to go, though. Oh, wait, is this the right room? No, it is not. Good thing I checked. But after this, we'll switch into something more viable. I wanted to try true damage at least once. I couldn't not with the new true damage option of bleed.
Mana surge. Mana surge. Mana surge. Mana surge.
This delve might on average have a lower % chance of chest in that the specific rooms order have to lower. This place does have a lower accumulative % as well. Just because the 2 tier 5 battles are all the way at the ends. Like all the really high battles, you start with all the lower battles and then you're forced to have to take all the higher battles, which is basically the inverse of the proper way of doing it if you had choice of doing any of them. So you will get about the same multiplier overall, but your multiplication the way through is going to be quite a bit lower. So your actual amount of points you're getting is going to be lower than normal from this delve. It won't matter much for like leaderboard, but in completing out the event, it's actually going to be slightly harder. Not by much, but probably enough that it might cost you like an extra sigil or 2. Probably only 1 sigil. More hit, we'll do that, and then we take the other treasure room, and then we take out the final boss, and then we'll switch into I guess a catcher's team again. That or finally go use the devour option, or start using late game stuff because I don't know, their stats aren't high enough yet to really start using that, but I don't know, we can still mess around with it, get some practice in before we switch over. Maybe run like each of them once, see how they go, and then determine it from there. Because there's a few different ways we could play it. We could play it with Yasmin, which seems like the safest way, particularly for like 300 plus. We could play it with what's his name? Iron Guts for the Devour. And we can also play it with various Ketris teams. So that would only last about 250, the Ketris ones. Those wouldn't go as deep.
Mana surge.
Still can't believe we lost first slot though. Oh no, he has Submerge. Oh no, they keep getting Submerge every time they cast. Well, luckily Corvash bypasses that. Though he's the only thing on our team that does. Okay, that died. That's technically beneficial because we have ridiculously high skull damage now. Need to make sure Yali gets at least one cast before we win though. Just to make sure we maintain full team. Just so we have a tank for going into the next battle. The next battle should be a pretty easy treasure room, but I still want to have it just in case. I need to make sure I don't accidentally win. That'd be a fail. There we go. Let's throw Orieli down. And it was Corvash into anything for follow-up. Okay, apparently not anything. Oh, that's enough to kill. Let's just take a red. Oh no, we can't even take a red. Well, we'll just do that, and he'll die off of bleed and poison. Or skull, I guess. He just does not want to stop giving us extra turns. Oh wait, oops, I thought there was another treasure room still. Anyways, final battle time. Then we'll switch to something else. Flame of Fire, Yagway, Tapon, Queen Titania. Oh yeah, I didn't even realize that that full synergy is available. But yeah, we could use that for up to about 150 or so. I don't know if I'd bother running it much further though. It starts losing value once they reach about double your stats. Is the stream frequently pausing? Yes, it has been having a weird laggy issue this morning. I don't know exactly what's up with that. Actually, if I check the amount of frames that we've lost 0.5% of all the frames. So yeah, it does seem to be going down a lot. And kind of buffering here and there. And that's also quite a bit more since we're running at 30 frames per second instead of 60. I record everything at 60, but I stream in only 30 because my connection could not at all handle 60, that's for sure. You can barely even handle 30 at 720p. But for video recording, it doesn't matter as much. Because that's more so the computer's processing power than internet at all. It only affects the upload speed more so than anything. Connection does, in regard to videos, but for streams, it matters a lot more. This is why the quality is so much lower, unfortunately. At least sometimes. Let's see, I'll move that over. But you know, quality and added buffers and stuff like that. I'll take the blue there. I do want to try winning with... Oh wait, never mind. I was going to say, I want to try winning with Pure Faction. I forgot. You can't. If you resummon, that doesn't count for full points. For Pure Faction, you have to actually win with everything. I'm going to deliberately not cast Corvash here. Okay, never mind. I lied. But I need to try getting more Yali so we don't actually lose. That'd be a gigantic fail. Doesn't seem like we will, but yeah, let's make sure we don't. We should be fine now. Oh, wait. Well, maybe not. It's not over till it's over. Get another Yali in there. He keeps living because Submerge. Yeah, we should be fine now. We'll grab the blues. Grab, I'll take red, why not? Apparently that was our only choice as well with that shuffle. And now I'm basically just baiting him to try to take a skull. Actually, at this point, we can kill him with that. No, I can't. What's really weird, Submerge has a lot of really weird interactions. But we actually can't kill it with this. Even though there's only one target left. Oh, wait, never mind. He lost his Submerge because he hit us. But even though there was only one target left, he would have still dodged that ability. Because of how split damage and AoE works with Submerge. It still dodges it. Even though it should only dodge when it hits all enemies. But, well, I guess technically hitting one enemy is hitting all enemies. But, I don't know. Submerge just doesn't technically do what it says sometimes. Anyways, I said I had to give out a code once we reach there, so let me go do that. But before I do, let me just go and get one proper team set up here so we can start running that again. So, do we switch back to Ketris? Do we go for Devour option? Or do we try going into one of the bigger teams? I'm leaning towards Ketris, but I haven't tried Iron Gut yet, so let me go try an Iron Gut team. Let's see, Iron Guts. I guess we'll go Gimlet. I keep doing Grim instead of Gim. Gimlet. And what fits the rest of our coloration? We need a green and we need a purple. Trying to think of green, purple, red, or green, purple, blue. That's not awful. Well, that's that. Problem. They're both awful. At least in the context of this team. So that's not gonna work. So let's try a viable, blue-green then. Oh yeah, it keeps doing that because of the coloration thing. Well, let's find them then. Actually, you know what? Easier way. Let's put anything in there. Oh, but it's gonna repick my entire team. Never mind, I'll just try finding a green-blue. So we have several options. Apothecary tends to be one of the better ones. So we'll go with that for now. The only problem with that is that's 100% dependent on High King Iron Guts. Let's see. That's not going to help us much for damage. Other green blues. Draculus is not needed. Egg Thief doesn't work with this team. Reali doesn't really synergize. Fenrir doesn't synergize. Giant Spiders feeds into literally nothing. Gluttony, yeah, double Devour. Glitter Claw doesn't help since our only option... Actually, you know what? It's going to be way too slow if we try going Iron Gut only. I am trying to find another option. But, I don't know. We might have to scrap the Iron Gut method. I wouldn't mind using the Megavore method, though. I feel like that'd be our better chance of killing, because it's 2 8%, and if we keep stacking it, it's going to be fine. I don't think we'd need to bring this out yet. But, teams like that is something I might actually consider switching to. It's very tempting. We don't need it yet, though. But, I don't know. It would work. We need to bring it out for when we'd actually reach high enough stats to start killing. But then again, we'd also could just go to Yasmin at that point. And with that being said, I don't know. Maybe we just go to Yasmin now. Yasmin's Pride. Ketris. And we could either go Gimlet or Divinia. Actually, we could even go Infernus if we were trying to bring it out. Though, yeah, I guess. But at that point, we might as well bring a lower range version of that then and just throw Mountain Crusher there for now. We'll go Mountain Crusher. Don't need that yet. Stats are still low enough. Yeah, I guess we'll just build into a Ketris team again. And, we'll put Infernus first. We're still at low enough stats that Infernus first is fine. And what's the other troop we need there? I guess it's a Gimlet to feed it. What's the color that we're missing at this point? Blue. What's a good quick blue troop then? Yeah. Sorry about that. We could feed it with Apothecary. It's tempting. Especially since it gives us Cleanse. I don't think I've ever used Ketris in the last slot before, but I guess it works. Then again, we could get a random spider thing, or whatever that one is. That one rockworm team. But it's going to be so rare that it shouldn't matter. Yeah, we'll go with that for now. We're not using this for too many delves, so it should be fine. And we'll still use the same banner, +2 brown, +1 red. But then again, we kind of need a +1 for Apothecary. So, you know what? We're going to go give her a +1. We'll do it with the other banner, +2 brown, +1 blue. Luckily, there's an option for that. And there we go. Okay, so that'll be our team. Hello, Cynical. Welcome. Yeah, Apothecary has Cleanse, which will get rid of all the bleed as well as poison. So we don't have to deal with it. Wait, has the stream been having sound issues? I can't hear it while it's streaming right now. But yeah, has anyone else been having sound issues with it? Is it being too loud, or is it just buffering sounds, or making weird sounds, or what's it doing? Hello, Xavier. Welcome. And hello, Valther. Welcome as well. Chief to increase his attack. To increase what's attack? But yeah, we can use that to increase Ketris' attack. We could also use it in the context of a Skull Spam team if we wanted to. Oh, you meant for Iron Gut. Oh yeah, that would work too. Iron Gut even has true damage, oddly enough, whenever he takes up around. It wouldn't be enough to really do anything, but he does technically have true damage. My biggest concern with Iron Gut is I probably won't scout out the battle that has Devour in it, and then we're going to fight a Devour battle. That's always my biggest concern with ever bringing him out. It's one of the reasons why you don't ever really see me bringing him for Delves. I've used him some for factions, but that's because you don't have as much of a commitment to it. But if you accidentally set Iron Gut on a Delve that has immune to Devour, that just kind of ruins the entire run. Or at least wastes the sigil if nothing else. Yeah, the team you mentioned would work. I'm just still concerned with accidentally doing that. And then we'd basically have to win the battle with just skulls alone. Which is still possible, it just would be a bit of an awkward battle. We take care of this, just grab the brown, get our explosion that we need for everything. Earth's Fury, Apothecary, Iron Gut, and Possessed King. Oh yeah, we could keep using Transform off of Possessed King. The only big downside to that, though, is we start, what's it called? We start gaining less stats if we start devouring the things that got converted. But it would allow us to devour, basically convert things, and then devour the ones that didn't get converted. It also technically would allow you to... Oh yeah, I guess that's the main reason for bringing Iron Gut then. I mean, for bringing Possessed King. Because bringing Possessed King with it would allow you to transform troops that are immune to Devour and make them into troops that are capable of being devoured. That makes sense. Yeah, I guess if we were to run it, you would run it with Possessed King. Just because it would be the safest way to run it. Because you'd guarantee have a way to devour then. Maybe not immediately, but you would definitely have a way. Okay, what's our follow-up here? We'll throw that there, get an Infernus. Too bad he lives with 3 HP. I almost just want to waste my turn to take mana because this is going to die anyways. Don't want to waste the damage. Now we throw Ketris on last slot, and that's basically match. I'm going to get rid of purple here, get rid of that freeze as well. Not like it's really that intimidating, since it wasn't on anything important. And he dies off of anything. Almost anything. There we go. How to use your first ever Major Blue. Major Blues are kind of complicated in that they are so valuable that they're almost never worth using. It's kind of ironic. But, oh, there are so many weird choices that you can do with that. Realistically, in the long term of things, I feel like the best thing to use it for is Zugoth. The problem is you need like a lot of them. You need what, 24? No, 18. You need 18 of them to make a Zugoth. So yeah, it requires a lot of them. No, more than 18. I was right the first time. 24. It requires 24 of them to make a Zugoth. But it's really one of the only few things I would say is worth using the Major Blues for. The only other thing you could really use it for is with how slow Dooms come into the game. If you need to upgrade a Doom or a hero troop, or not a hero troop, one of those Guild War troops, in order to get it maxed to 10-star a kingdom, then it would probably be worth using a major blue on it. Because in the current state of the game, it is ridiculously hard to max out Doom troops as well as max out Guild War troops. Guild War troops used to be insanely easy to do because it used to be every week. Now it's only every month. And Doom has always only ever been once a month. So both troop types have been made excessively hard to actually max out. And there are kingdoms that require them to be maxed in order to get 10 stars on them. But yeah, other than that, I would say save it for Zugaf. Okay. We'll take the brown or the skull over. Grab a brown there. Full mana. But yeah, I always think long term. Technically, you could throw that on like maybe a Sunbird or something like that if you really, really needed it maxed. But I don't know. I feel like in the long term of things, it would be best to just use it on a Zugaf. Because if you're going for 100% completion in this game, you're going to need it for him anyways, eventually. And it takes forever to farm him. We've been directly and indirectly farming him for like a year now, and I still don't have him. Actually, how long have orbs been out? Yeah, I believe they came out March of last year. So, yeah, it has been about a year, hasn't it? My chat's pretty far behind. Let's see. Is it? There's actually no way for me to update it with how it's currently set. Unless I like, actually, is there a way to refresh it? Let me see. I don't think there is. Let's see. Your chat is pretty far behind. No. Should be fixed now. Yep, I just made it disappear. Okay, it should be back now. But yeah, I refreshed it, so it should be working properly now. If it wasn't before. Also, if my chat is very, very far behind, make sure that the stream is currently live, that the red button is red, or that button next to live is red. If it's not, then the stream is probably behind by some amount. And sometimes if the stream is lagging for whatever reason, it might desync and you'd have to like click the little live button and then it'll go back to being live again. Yeah, right now it seems to be completely up to date with chat. Dragon's Eye, Apothecary, Iron Gut, and anything? Putting Possessed King there, yeah, that could end up working. We'd have double Transform, and we'd have Iron Gut for Devour and Apothecary for Cleanse, so we don't have to deal with other status effects like Bleed. Yeah, Sunbird's an amazingly great troop to have max. It's, oddly enough, one of the best troops in the game as an ultra rare. Mainly because it's the quickest explore option in the entire game. It's a decently good frontline tank. It has perpetual firestorm, and yeah, just has a lot going towards it. The biggest downside is it just doesn't have any board control. It has no way to ever extra turn, but it gets a lot of value otherwise. And it's still the best thing to use and explore in the entire game, due to all the synergies that it gets. There'll probably be something better added in the future, but at the moment it's really, really solid for it. And it scales throughout the entire game too. You'll be able to use it viably in early game all the way till throughout the entire game. At least in the current state of the game. Oh, sorry, did I never give out the code? Did I say it and then never do it? I think I did. My bad. I'll do it right after this battle. Let me go do that. I think I mentioned it, but then got sidetracked by something. Is this a good delve for farming? Yes, this is a good delve for farming. Not as good as Warren's, but probably second best. So if you don't currently have a designated delve for farming, this could be your new delve to farm. It's not as good as Warren's, but it's a lot easier to do than Warren's, in that the path is the exact same every time. So you don't ever need to bother wasting time figuring out what the right path is. Because it follows the exact same path every time. Very rarely would it ever deviate from it. Mainly because you basically only have one choice. It kind of just leads you through a single circle.
Mana surge.
Did we really just die right at the end there? That's a sign that we might need Yasmin soon. Did we just double die? Wow. That thing is really intimidating in this final battle. I need to stop underestimating him. He actually can do a lot of damage. He is a scroll spam after all. Plus he has the attack buff in front of that scroll spam. Yeah, Pure Faction's gonna be annoying. I almost feel like getting this kingdom to a higher amount of stats. Oh yeah, we got our orb. Let's see, what do we get from this? Ah, only a grain. Ah. Okay, let me go give out a code. Because I didn't do that earlier. Let's see, code. Let's see, mark it, copy it, copy, save. Put that in the redeem code section, put that there, boom, boom. Redeem, success, put it there, copy, paste. And there you guys go. Error, try again? What, is my account not logged in? I hate when it does that. I'm literally streaming to my YouTube account, yet it just randomly logs my account out of YouTube. Let's see. No, I'm still on YouTube. That's weird. Why is it not working? Well, let me click refresh and try it again. Give me a moment. Just waiting for YouTube to cooperate. There we go. Let's see. See if it works this time. Okay, there you guys go. There's the redeem code. Don't press the red button. What red button? Let's see. Oh yeah, we could use Trickster Shot too. That's always an option. Same as any of the manga-like weapons, of course. You don't have a good damage dealer for Tower of Doom. Any advice? Oh yeah, duh. That's what you said Trickster Shot for. Yeah, if you have Trickster Shot would work. Mang would work. Earth's Fury would work. Any Mang-like weapon would work, as I just mentioned. Even just building literally Mang in first slot into a bunch of support troops would probably work. It would be a little bit risky with your hero, but as long as you're using Tian, you should be able to divert most of it into just taking barriers. Let's see. But anyways, let's go and what else we need to go do? So that's done. Did I ever pick any of these? No, because we get that done naturally. Anyways, let's go and oh yeah, I didn't say anything for the mail thingy, but same thing as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 2,500 gold. You use it on gemsofwar.com in the game code section. Invite code, same place as always. You guys know by now. If anyone needs to ask, they'll probably ask. But let's see. I need to put this back to 720 because I just accidentally moved it. Fail. Should be back to normal now. And yeah, let's continue with delves. So, back we go. Let me go to dungeons real quick too before I forget. While we're at it. Oh yeah, also I haven't really done much with the new Mythic yet. But this was the one team we did make earlier. Flame of Fire with Bard, the new Tian Yai guy, Luna, and King Salinas. Works okay. Nothing like exceptionally great, but gets the job done. But it's probably one of the better Wild Folk teams, if nothing else. But yeah, I don't find that new Mythic to be that good. It's pretty underwhelming. The Lu Legend looks more interesting than it. Oh, that's what I meant to do. I wonder why I was like frantically like clicking all over the place, because I'm like trying to think while talking and everything else. I was going to go and open more shards so that we can go get Kedar higher. Or hopefully get Keto higher. That's what I was gonna do. Tacet is having a meltdown. No, just trying to think of too many things at once and then thinking of nothing because trying to think of too many things at once. Tacet is having a meltdown and her stream is really far behind. Probably a combination of both. Hey, we got Frost Mage level from that. Nice, level 95. Oh wait, the stream actually is lagging a bit behind, isn't it? Oh no, never mind. I don't currently have it live. Let's see. Oh no, it's still lagging behind a decent amount. You guys are right. That's weird. Yeah, it is lagging behind a good, almost minute. Wow, it is really far behind, actually. Yeah, I don't think there would be any way to fix that other than, like, completely restarting the stream. Because if I pause it for a second, it's not gonna fix it. Yes, we can get away with key teams. At least to some degree. We can't use greed, but there's other options for it. Let's see. I'll move that and just take red follow-up. Apparently it doesn't want to give it to us. Come on, all we need is to cast that, kill it out, and claim our diamonds. Stream is like 3 minutes behind. Is it that far? Let's see, what's it currently at? Oh yeah, it currently shows me looking at my daily tasks. Let's see, let me click live again. It keeps like buffering behind. Okay, currently it shows me going into explore. I mean, into dungeons. Oh wow, yeah, that's very far behind. I just finished dungeons and it's starting to show me doing dungeons. So yeah, that is about 3 minutes behind. Yeah, no problem for the code, Zeddicus. Though you probably won't hear it in a few minutes then. That's gonna be weird then. Wasn't I gonna do codes that have souls included in them? Kind of. They're supposed to, but the game doesn't actually include them for whatever reason. They're supposed to include souls, but it's not actually including souls at all. It's kind of weird. Oh, is the stream starting to get confusing? Sorry. There's honestly no fix for that unless we like completely restart a stream. But at this point, we're ending in another half an hour, so might as well just keep it as is. Probably shouldn't be too bad. But if anyone still has any questions, just let me know. But yeah, let's go get another 2 delves in or so. Should be able to in that time. Let's see. Do we even really need to scout much? Not really. I still haven't gotten a single Cedric, by the way. Not like we really need it. But, I don't know. Do we still keep using this team? We actually had a little bit of a problem with it on the previous time. I might need to start bringing out that pride thing soon. The, Anu's pride or whatever that thing was called. Or Yasmin's pride, I mean. I'm just looking at our stats compared to theirs. You know what? I might regret this later, but I think I'm going to start getting this delve to post 100, just so we can start reaching towards 200, because I feel like we are going to go to 500 this weekend. Probably tomorrow I'll focus on it a little bit more, but maybe even later today. But I do believe that is going to be a goal of ours. So I do want to have it be a little bit higher, just so it'd be a little bit easier. So it won't be as frustrating. But yeah, we'll give it a shot. See if we can upgrade anything here and go from there. Let's see. We have let's see, where is it? Troops, Fang, go into here. What do we have under Fang? So we still need 12 copies of him and like 40 something copies of that, because I do want to have some spare copies of him. But anyways, let's go. And what was the next order of business? There was that. There's like one other thing I keep wanting to do, and I keep forgetting what it is. And it's driving me crazy. But, I keep forgetting what it is every time. I'm pretty sure it's not something too important. Anyways, let's go head back in here. Have a good day, Valfar. Yeah, I don't know what's up with the stream connection today. It must be acting pretty weird. I'll look at it after the fact and see what it might be the issue. Also, just to see how bad it was. Yeah, whatever it is, I'll try fixing it before tonight and definitely by tomorrow. Okay, let's get Apothecary in there. Now feed us the full Tetris, and then we just poke him. Oh, you finally got Tian. Only took hundreds of gems and glory keys, 81k glory, ouch, and 14k seals. But you finally got him. Congratulations, Eric. Very nice. Oh, forgot the skull. Can we get a good Apothecary? I guess so. We don't need bread. We already won. Okay, we don't have a quick empowered anymore, so we'll take the brown. That'll be our technically empowered. Use it as our mana generation. One turn, still pretty much like 0 turn. Guess we'll take out purple for now? Yeah, I guess purple. Either purple or yellow, so we'll take purple. So give us all the mana we need, throw a Ketris down. I feel like Ketris is going to be the staple of almost everything we use. Because even once we switch teams, it's probably going to be into an HP buff team. I don't know why I didn't throw Yasmin's Pride as much in factions in the past. Oh yeah, duh. I know what it was that I wanted to do. I even mentioned it too. Wow, am I that off today? But I meant to go upgrade the faction. Completely forgot. Let's see. Hello, Be Good Being. No problem for all the tips. Do you know why 40 soul bonus from event not only works when using tentacles? It only works in PvP, I believe, this week. Oh no, it's PvP and Explore. But it has to be one of those 2 game modes, otherwise it won't give you the extra souls. But it should be working in those. I've never seen it not work. Yeah, it should be working. It's a pretty low amount of resources, though. Soul farming can be done much quicker with actual soul farming teams or arena and stuff like that. Very rarely would you actually bother with it. Is the cold freezing my stream? Haha! No, that's not what's causing it. Though that would be kind of funny if it was, but no, that's very unlikely to be causing it. Oh, you got the new Mythic with 50 gem keys. Very nice. Servers degraded performance. Are you sure? The stream might be. The game's not. The game's perfectly fine at the moment. Anyways, let me go upgrade this thing. That's what I wanted to go do. I wanted to go upgrade this horde to a higher level. So I'm not going to bother with gold rings, but I don't know. Did we bother with chalices? Chalices start to cost a little bit too. Yeah, never mind. Chalices barely leave a dent on that, gosh. I don't know. Maybe we still go for it, though. Seems tempting. I'll throw some amount of chalices. Oh, that's so much gold, though. We're going to go down to like 12,000 gold here. But I don't know. It might be worth it. Gotta get those extra stats so we don't die. All the legendary tasks this could be. I'm not gonna throw too many chalices though. It's gonna burn through way too many gold if I do. I think that's actually enough. Okay, so let's go start moving on to crowns. And I guess we'll throw every last crown and lamp and even probably all 5 of those as well. How many does that give immediately if we did all 5? Oh, that barely even dents it. Maybe we do need to go throw a few more chalices. I'm underestimating how far we actually need to go to reach like around 200 or so. We don't have to hit exactly 200. Just want to work a little bit closer to it. Let's see a cynical. The stream isn't that far behind. Though it's not even at the point where I'm starting to open these treasures yet. That's pretty funny. Okay. I think that'll be the last set of 5 chalices, and then we'll start working on these. Actually, we'll go one more. That should bring it to, what, almost 119, the edge of it. No, 120. There we go. Okay, so we'll do it to 120. And then we start into crowns, then lamps, then the sacred treasures. Even crowns barely even move. It only moves up by 4. We're definitely going to reach 0 treasures for bottom 3, that's for sure. That's all fine. We're going to be getting plenty more over the next day or 2 anyways. Faction's basically going to pay for itself with all the amount that we get back. Not necessarily the gold amount, but the treasure amount. Gonna get maybe not all of it back, but at least a decent chunk. Not anywhere near as much, but you know, still gonna get some amount back. Actually, this might actually reach 200. I'll find out in about a minute. As our gold stack reaches like 12 million. Probably even less than that. I had like 16, 17 million this morning too. Where did all of our gold go? I think it was closer to 16 million. I didn't keep track of the exact amount though. So all of these are exactly divisible by 5. That's nice. So we don't need to do like a weird amount of treasures for anything. That boosted up by a decent amount. Doesn't look like we'll be able to reach 200 out of it though. But at least we have more. So that this event will be a bit easier. As well as all future events with it. I do feel like I need to start reaching every single delve to 200. Slowly but surely, we'll start getting all of them to 200. Because no pure faction will really be possible without it, other than the one we already did, which was Crypt. Okay, so we reached 190. I almost want to keep those for later, but then again, that's a gigantic boost. I guess we'll use it now. We'll leave it at 190 for now because we don't really have much of a choice unless we want to burn through chalices, which just burns through gold. But there we go. Okay. So we'll leave it at that for now. And now this will make the everything that we do the next few days a lot easier as well into the future, but mostly for the next few days. Helps out Catcher's a huge, huge amount too, since he's so dependent on those stats. It's also going to make Pure Faction a bit easier. We could probably get away with doing 200 Pure Faction now instead of 150. I'm probably still going to do 150, and then we'll attempt 200 just to kind of see. But, yeah, we'll see once we get there. 150 should be a lot easier now, though. We might even have higher stats than that 150, I'm not even sure. On the lighter side, you got the new Delve troops to Mythic. Had 12k shards and usually takes about 1k for you. Oh, very nice. Yeah, so far it seems like it might be on the lighter side for me too if we keep getting more rares. It's normally dependent on how quickly you get the rares, more so than anything. And a lot of the treasure tends to get in the way. Those useless rings that could have been rare troops instead. I wish I could trade in like 3 or even like 2, 3, 4, 5 of those like rare rings for a single copy of the rare sometimes. It would save so many shards. And the rings are near useless. Anything below Chalice is almost useless. I do still use the rings for new factions. I did it off stream, but in leveling it to level 100, I use mostly rings and then just some chalices. But that's like the only thing I ever use rings for. And even that's technically not even worth it for. I just do it because it's better to save those other resources for the higher levels, like post 100. But yeah, it's still okay to do it for the lower levels. It doesn't hurt your gold amount too badly. It does waste about an extra $500,000 to $1 million gold, though, doing it that way, compared to using bigger treasures. It's not that big a deal. Still wish there was a way to convert up bigger treasures, though. Or, you know, smaller treasures into bigger treasures, I mean. There's still no way to do that. And I kind of would have thought that they would have added something like that, but they haven't, unfortunately. But you never know, they might still. Maybe when they do a bunch of faction reworks, like making pure faction easier. One thing that technically would make pure faction easier is if they made treasures upgradable, so that it'd be easier to get higher stats for factions. Doesn't need to be made excessively easier, but, you know, slightly easier by upgrading them, just so we can actually do pure faction would be quite helpful. That would be a nice indirect buff to it, so it's not as annoying as it currently is. So we're currently webbed. Easiest way to get rid of that is just apothecary it. If you keep upgrading hordes, devs will never nerf pure faction to be possible at 100. I don't think they would ever nerf it that far to be possible at 100. But I feel like if you upgrade a delve to like 200 or 250, it should be possible. And if it's not, they should make it so it is possible. Because that starts getting ridiculously expensive, anything further than that. But no, I don't think they should nerf them that far, that every delve is possible at 100. I think that's over-nerfing it. But I do feel like it should be slightly easier than it is now in one way, shape, or another. They should still maintain the challenge of it. Oh, he regained barrier. I don't have the spell or any quick way of getting rid of it. Unless that hits the skull, which it didn't, unfortunately. Well, we'll use the furnace then. That's about the easiest way we have of getting rid of that. And he is blessed, but that's not going to kill or save him, unfortunately. Or actually, fortunately, because we don't want him to survive. How are our points doing? Oh, we're still stuck at the 10th one there. Okay, we'll grab all of our blue there. Grab a... Oh, we'll cascade that to a brown. Red. Grab a purple there. Bad he didn't keep that green. Could have gotten apothecary. Always annoying when it gets 1 mana off. Because we have +1 on our blue and not green. That's doing that right there. Okay, we'll get a Ketris in there. Our kills, triple kill. Get our explosion, throw that into a apothecary follow-up, and we'll be good to go. We'll throw that right in there. And apparently it dies off of an explosion. There we go. And there we go, right for the final battle. And I think I'll do one more delve after this, and then we'll wrap up for now. We'll still have plenty more delves, though. I think I'm going all the way to 500 with this. I'm not fully certain yet. But we're definitely going further than we normally do. Not sure if we're going all the way to 500, but probably will. Definitely considering it. It would actually be the first time we ever bothered doing it. And I also kind of just want to do it so we have at least one faction at above 500. We'll go to 510 at minimum. Because I haven't done that yet for a single faction. And it's only possible if you do it during an event. It doesn't mean anything though. But I kind of just wanted to have one upgraded a little bit further just for fun. What do we take here? We'll go get our explosion. I'm actually curious what the furthest anyone has gotten, because I believe it does upscale all the way to 1,000, but I don't think a single person has ever done it up to 1,000. Pretty sure the furthest is only like 700 or something, if even that high, maybe like 600. And I'm not talking about the level of the horde, I'm talking about the level of the actual factions. Factions normally stop at 500, but they go further during the event. Oh, never mind. After 590, it goes back to 500. Oh, so never mind. You can only go to 590. Well, apparently 590 is as far as you can go. Never mind. I just kind of assumed they kept going. Apparently not. Apparently not. It looks like it's actually better to take that other room first because it has less gold. So then we take the one that has more gold since they both have the same multiplier. So same order as always, basically. Hasn't changed. Anyways, do we have another reward? Not yet. Let's go do one more. I think we can still get away with this team. Don't think we need any modifications, especially with higher stats. See ya, Wizzo. Have a good weekend. If anyone still has any other questions, let me know. And I'll make sure to answer them. And I'll answer them text-based if I need to. Just because there's that slight delay still with the stream. I'll have that fixed before tonight. Well, it shouldn't reoccur tonight, but I'll double check everything to see what's causing it. Is it much better now? That's weird. Did it just magically fix itself? Let me see. Let me click live. How close is it to what we're currently doing? Oh no, never mind. Yeah, that's actually really close to what we're currently doing, isn't it? Because we stopped, it stopped. Yeah, it's only like 10 seconds behind right now. Never mind. That's weird. How did it magically get better? That makes no sense whatsoever. But yeah, it has magically repaired itself to be basically on time. That is really strange. Okay, I see what you guys mean now when you said like the gap of the delay changed. I do not know what causes that. But yeah, it was like a few minute delay and now it's down to like 10 seconds. Not even. That's very strange. My modem unfroze. Let's see. It's actually pretty hot in my room. Like, that wouldn't be an issue. I don't have the heater on currently, but it's still decently hot. I know you're kind of just joking, but still. Delve, Merchant, let's see, Merchant, Prince, Egg Thief, Key, and Cedric. That would work. Prince would die a bit quick. But other than that, you wouldn't really need him. You could easily run just with Egg there. And, you know, it's going to keep getting resummoned. But, yeah, sounds like it would work. Yeah, almost every Delve can run a version of Key Team. Very few of them can't. Especially if they can use Cedric, pretty much they always can. Even without Cedric, you still can get away with it most of the time. Because if there's a treasure room that has a Cedric in the Delve itself, you can still do a Cedric team without Cedric, simply by killing that room. You'd still have to reach that room, of course. You'd still be able to get it. Also, speaking about Cedric, we've actually managed to get 0 Cedrics in this Delve. And honestly, I don't mind. Because the way that this Delve is positioned, it's actually not that good to get a Cedric here. Just because it's still good. Like, it still increases your loot overall. But it's so far away from everything that you don't really get to utilize it at all. I know that's not how luck works, but hopefully that makes it so we get a bunch more Cedrics in the other Delve. Because that's where we actually need it, in Warrens. Because it's very useful in Warrens. More so than probably any other guild or Delve for the most part. What level is our Horde? 190. I will be getting it to 200 once we get more treasure. But it's currently at 190. Yeah, I'm gonna go through the slow process of starting to get every faction to 200, I believe. Gonna take a while, but we'll get there. Tacet likes big hordes. Gosh. Though, if you're referring to what I think you're referring to with that, I actually don't. I am bisexual, but I am gay enough that I don't particularly like larger ones. I actually prefer them being smaller on females. Just because I don't really find that body part attractive, personally. Let's see. Yeah, we'll throw a, oh, he has stealthy, so I can't throw it there. Fail. We'll throw that down. Get a furnace on him. Get a apothecary, so we get a catchers there. I guess we'll throw it on first slot because it's a little bit better aligned. Hello, Shokea. You returned to the game after 2 years. Lots of new stuff. Oh yeah, particularly last year. Last year just added so much stuff. Which way is most worth it to use farmed gems? How many farmed gems do you have? These days, they don't really add new kingdoms. So the way that gems tend to get synced is through events. As far as the best way to spend gems, it's probably better to say what not to spend gems on. So things to not spend gems on. Do not spend them on pets. Do not spend them on class events. And realistically, that's only about the only things to not spend them on. As far as best value, since you just came back, probably 50 bulks of gem keys would be your best value. And keep doing that until you catch up on all the new content. Do keep in mind a new mythic was just added today. So you do have to wait a week before you can get any mythic in a drop table. So right now you're only going to be able to get the new mythic, and the new mythic's pretty underwhelming for the most part. But so you might want to wait until you open gem keys till next week, or like 1 week from today, because not until next Friday will be any mythic in the drop table. But other than that, yeah, spending on 50 bulks of gem keys is probably your best bet. And just try to catch up on troops, because there's not any new kingdoms coming in. And to get all of the faction troops, you do have to go and start doing Underworld. To unlock Underworld, you do Cinder Mirage, and then you start just going through Underworld. You get 3 delves per day, but you also get a bunch of various other events that allow you to do way more as well. Like the event that's currently going on right now for the Fang faction. The Fang Moor. What's that thing called? I keep forgetting the faction's name. Fang Moor faction. And currently, if you were to just start up factions, the current one that's going on right now is actually the best faction to do. So you came in at a pretty good time. Because out of every faction that currently exists, this is the best faction to get all the way to 500. Whereas the best one to farm indefinitely and keep at a deliberately low level is Warren's. Warren's has the best overall loot. This one has the second best overall loot of any faction. How are the bloody new troops? The bloody new troops are decent. More of early to mid game, but still pretty nice. The 2 most noteworthy ones are the rare and the legendary. The rare is just insanely good early to mid game. It's probably the new meta, actually. It is so ridiculously good that it's probably the new meta for below level 200 people. That you would just use a team of like 3 of the new Viper thing, whatever it's called. The new rare that came in from the faction. As far as the new legendary, it's kind of a little bit hit or miss. It has a really high attack gain that it can get for your entire team, assuming it's in first slot. It has the best bleed currently in the game, though they're probably going to add better ones in the future. And those are its main two benefits. It has a decent explosion for the fact that it's 13 mana cost, and it has stone skin. So yeah, it has a decent amount of stuff going for it. I feel like for the most part it's not going to be used much in end game just because it's not quick at winning. But it's tanky, it has mana generation, it has a good attack gain, it has bleed for true damage. It has a little bit of everything, really. But yeah, it's a nice troop. It's better than the Mythic, oddly enough. Sadly. The new legend from the faction is better than the new Mythic. And a lot easier to obtain as well. When will we be able to get Festival Cal from Gold Keys? That is a good question. I do not know that. I believe the Gems of War, there's a website that has the info on that. Let me see. Let me get it up for you real quick. Let's see. Somewhere's on here should have that info. Guild War brackets, chess odds and history, Soulforge history, Soulforge summoning, stone history, weekly event spoilers, troops weapon. This info used to be up on here. Is it not anymore? Let's see. Is it under this chess page? I don't know for sure if it is. It might be though. Let's see. If I type in Sacred Cal, does it come up? Sacred Guardian. Let's see. If I type in Cal, just to make sure. Oh yeah, Festival Cal. Duh. Nope, it currently has a 0% chance. Okay, and it was just updated too. But yeah, here's the link for that. Let me go refresh it. And there's the link right there. There's all the info you need to know on what's currently in the chest drop table. Just type in the word of the troop that you're looking for, and it will tell you if it is or is not in the drop table. Oh, I wonder if that even does it properly from Mythics. So if I type in Guard's Avatar, it should show 0%, right? Sweet! It actually does. It shows that it currently has a 0% chance of dropping because it currently has a 0% chance of dropping. Which makes sense because they just updated it 65 minutes ago. So, yeah, that's really up to date then. It's showing literally the exact drop table of now. But yeah, that's the most up-to-date location, I believe, of anywheres. So just keep that link bookmarked or something if you want to know. I have no clue when Sacred Cal is going to be released, but keep an eye on that page because they check the data of the game and they'll know when it happens. It might be next Monday, it might be the following Monday. It's going to happen on a Monday, though, because that's when the drop table switches over or gets updated. What level delve are you going to push using pure faction team? 200 most likely. I don't think I'm going to bother going much further than 200. We'll see how 200 goes, and I'll determine it from there. But I'll try 150 probably later tonight or early tomorrow. See how that goes, then try 200 soon after, and then see how that goes. And depending on how that goes, we'll either stop there or maybe attempt 250. I'm definitely not attempting 500, that's for sure. We will eventually, but not this weekend, that's for sure. It's I kind of wish I could, but the chance of it happening is very unlikely, especially with this faction. This one is going to be one of the more annoying factions to do 500 on. But we'll see how it goes. I guess we'll do one more right now. Might as well. Hello, September Blick. Welcome. Okay, I might just go use Mountain Crusher here just because we don't have a guarantee extra turn anyways. Get a Ketris down just for his high damage. We actually don't have any stat buff for him, but apparently that doesn't seem to matter at all. Oh, one down. 8 to go. This place does have 9 rooms, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it's 9. If I'm not mistaken, some delves actually only have 8 for whatever reason, which is kind of weird. Also, with the previous question that was just asked, that actually does remind me, I've never done an updated video on how to use each resource. I ended up doing all of them in one video. I might end up separating if I do it again. I do like covering everything in one video, so. But I don't know. How do you guys prefer it that way, or do you guys prefer like one long video where I go over in depth everything for a certain topic, like let's say hero classes, for example, or do you prefer like separating a little bit more into the specifics of each? Like for example, if I was to do it for resources, would you want me to go over every single resource in depth, or do one video where it covers everything? It's about the same amount of work doing either. Oddly enough, I think it's actually slightly easier actually doing it all in one video. Though it is technically slightly more money if I separate it into a bunch of videos, but I don't mind just doing it as one. What do I need here? Good on, all the options are bad. Do it on nothing. Oh, let's do it on purple. Gives us a little bit of mana. Still gives them something, though. What is the substitute for Queen Aurora in the Tower of Doom team? Possessed King. If you don't have Possessed King, it is, Leprechaun. Fully traded Leprechaun. Oh yes, to make the most amount of money on YouTube, you basically have to put as much filler into a 10-minute video as possible and separate it into as many parts as possible. That's how you would make the most amount of money out of anything on YouTube. I don't deliberately do that. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. But that would technically, in the current state of YouTube, be the way to make the most amount of money. To a degree, the money doesn't mean that much to me. But to a degree, I also need to make money. So it does and doesn't mean a lot. Like, obviously, I need to make some amount of money. But I don't mind, as long as it basically is making the content to help people. So whatever way it helps people more is the bigger concern. What did I take here? I'll move that over. Do you know if there is a class that gives +1 mana to blue matches? Yes. I believe Water Tree has it. And the only two trees that have Water Tree, I believe, is Frost Mage and Sunspear. Not Sunspear. Yeah, Sunspear. Sunspear from Pride Lands and Frost Mage from Glacial Peaks, I believe, are the only two that have a +1 blue. Because only that one Water Tree has it. I believe it's called Water Tree. Or, you know, Water, whatever it's called. But yeah, I believe those are the only two. And Frost Mage would be the more viable one, of course. But yeah, I believe it has +1 blue. I'm actually not even certain. But if any hero class was to have it, it would be under Water Tree. And those are the only two classes that have water. Also, everyone keeps saying I say water. Weird. Let's see. Will it load? Speaking about water. If it'll ever load. Come on now, game. Oh yeah, it's on level 70. Almost all the +1s are on 70. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it has it, right? Yeah. Oh, you kind of already checked then, I guess. But yeah, Frostmate should have it on 70, right there. Boom. And so does Pride Hunter, or I keep calling it everything. So does Sunspear. Sunspear and Frostmage are the only two. But yeah, every single link is on 70. That's the same for every hero class. So if I go for like yellow off of, let's say, Priest, it's on 70 as well. Every single one of the +1s are on 70. Where's Priest? So if we go under here, customize, the +1's on 70. But yeah, every single tree that has a +1 as it's specifically on 70, unfortunately. So it does take a while before you actually get to that point. 70 tends to be the best level for almost every single hero class. Would it be easier to search for new players if you split it up? I don't know. They seem to find it pretty easily when it was all in one spot. But I did do it all in one spot earlier, so I guess we could just do the inverse now. And if they want it all in one spot, we could just show the previous video. That, or I can make proper playlists for them. That would work too. Like, make really small playlists that just goes over, like, hey, here's all the ones based on resources. I almost need to overhaul every playlist I have and just start doing it that way. I feel like most of the playlists I have on this channel aren't really that useful, in that most of them are just like gigantic hordes of videos that no one's realistically going to view through. If I start making like more selective playlists of things that are up to date and specific like that, then it would probably work a bit better. So yeah, does anyone even use the playlist? I'm pretty sure the answer is no. I still put some things in playlists just because, just for organization's sake, but pretty sure it's not helping much. Let's see, you did something where the game interface disappeared. Oh, we did that on stream before. Did you make it so the map screen had the entire thing invisible? Oh yes, you got the same glitch. Yeah, that's been a while, around for a while now. We've only ever did it once. I have no clue how I did it. But, yeah, you can actually get an invisible map with nothing on it. It's kind of funny. No clue how it's done. If you know, let me know. Also, let the devs know. But I think it has to do something with lagging while moving the screen and launching the game simultaneously. I don't know. But you have to have, like, a certain amount of lag when you, like, launch the game or something, I think. Not sure what causes it. I've only ever had it happen once, a few months ago. Pretty much like, I think a few weeks after they did the new map. And oddly enough, I've only ever seen it happen to the new map and not the previous one. It's not that big a deal, though. Relaunching the game fixes it. Yeah, does anyone else have any other questions or anything you want me to go over while we're streaming right now? Otherwise, I'm just going to be finishing out this delve and heading out for now. We will be back, though, of course, later tonight at the same time as always, 7 hours from now at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And tonight we'll be doing basically the exact same thing. We'll have another code. We're basically just going to be doing a bunch of delves, probably pure faction as well, and go from there. Oh, water. Yeah, I say water weird. I say a lot of words weird, though. Not just water. I still don't understand how I'm saying it incorrectly, though. Hello, Nagatsun. Sorry to ask such a basic question. I don't mind. What is the benefit from contributing to a horde after reaching 10 quality? There's two benefits. The first, oh no, it's gonna lag again. I hate when it does this. It should be a little bit shorter though, because we just had a large lag. There we go. Okay. Let me go to UnderWorld. But there are two benefits. The first benefit of going beyond 100 is you need 100 in order to gain the full amount of renown. Up to 100, you keep getting renown. Up to 500 points. It gives 5 points for every one level you get, and that eventually totals to 500 points for your treasure hoard. Anything beyond that does not end up giving you any higher renown, but that's the main goal that people tend to stop at, is 100, because that's when you stop gaining most of the benefits from going higher. You still get benefits from going further. The main benefit you get from going further than that is stats. If you go under your horde, you can see that going further or less or either direction ends up giving more stats. So the higher you go, the more stats you end up getting. So that's the whole reason for going beyond 100, is to have higher stats, so the delves go quicker, you have a lesser chance of dying, And for doing pure faction at level 500, it is mandatory to have this higher for every faction except for crypt, which can technically be done at 100, possibly even lower than that. But obviously you'd want at least 100 to max out the faction. But yeah, it's really just used to gain pure faction completion is really the only reason. And just to make sure that the battles go a bit quicker. But yeah, there really isn't much a point in going much further though. 200 is about as far as you would really ever need to go. 300 at the absolute most. But for the most part, you just want to worry about getting every single faction to level 10 quality. Then you worry about getting the important ones, or just all of them in general, to 100. And then you start worrying about getting the ones that you actually want to max out, or whatever ones you're actually farming, to level 200. And then from there, you start doing pure factions, and best of luck with that, because that's ridiculously difficult. Also, while we're here, let's go open 200. There we go. That's what I want to see. Mostly just the ultra rare and rare, because that's all we need currently. Got everything else that we need. Also, we haven't gotten a single sacred treasure in all the thousands we just opened, unfortunately. Anyways, let's go finish out this last faction for now. 2 more rooms. Oh yeah, if no one used the code yet, I think the code's still working. Oops, that's not the code. Sorry, that's the chest page. Let me go get the code. It's buried right over here. Copy, copy. Paste, paste. There's the one for the code, my bad. That first link is the link to the current drop table of chests. If you're ever wondering what the current drop table is. It's even updated to show that there's a 0% chance to get any Mythic, other than the Mythic that was just released. The main thing that one key page is used for is figuring out if a old glory troop is added to the game or not. Currently, how glory troops work is, as well as new legends that come out through event keys, is they are initially available through glory or event keys and then they are not available for about a month, anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks, and then they are added back to the drop table. But for those 4 to 6 weeks, they're not available, and sometimes people wonder when they'll go back into the drop table, and that's basically what that resource is used for. That one link. What's a good goblin team for Guild Wars Defends? It's not pure goblin, but the most common one is Nobbin Brothers, Fizzbang, Grapplepots, and Siren. Siren's not a goblin, but it works really good in the team. You can also use Leprechaun instead. I'm actually not sure which one is better, but I haven't been able to test it yet. But traditionally, it's been Siren in that location. But Leprechaun might actually be better. The main reason for using Siren instead of Leprechaun is Siren has a better chance of extra turning than Leprechaun. Leprechaun will definitely earn the team more mana, but with a Goblin team, it's somewhat more important that you would get that extra turn than getting more mana. Because, of course, the whole point of Goblin team is the infinite loop if you're trying to use it on defense. It doesn't always do that, but you're hoping for that 10% chance it just randomly gets that. I probably died more to 4 times or to 3 times Goblin Siren than almost any other team in Guild Wars. So there's a pretty easy workaround around it now that you can use any hero class. You can technically just set your hero class to Frost Mage, and you'll have a pretty good chance of not getting infinitely looped by it. That could still happen. Oh, did I forget to take that? I'm pretty sure that was still there before I cast Infernus. Fail. the way I pronounce water sounds more like water. Yeah, I guess I don't actually say it any different. How do you say water then? That's just how water is. Water. Anyways, guys, was there any other questions? Just let me know. Otherwise, yeah, that's pretty much it for now. We'll be back, as I mentioned, 7 hours from now. Same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every night. Later tonight, we'll be doing Pure Faction at 150, as well as just going a little bit deeper and answering questions and messing with other stuff. maybe messing with the Mythic some too. I didn't really do it much on stream, mainly because it's pretty underwhelming. We already know there's barely anything it's going to be used for. I highly doubt there's something special that's really going to be effective with, but you never know. Maybe with Bard and itself gaining magic and putting like a humility on the team, it could gain enough magic to actually be viable. But that seems like you're going way out of the way to make it work. But yeah, we'll also be back tomorrow, same time as today, 3 hours prior to now at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be doing the same thing. We'll probably be working towards 500. Not sure how far we're going to be going with it. Tomorrow's stream might be a little bit longer, I'm not sure. But yeah, we'll see. I'm not even sure if I'll be going all the way with this faction. I do want to go a little bit deeper than normal. Might not necessarily go all the way, but we'll see. We'll have to determine it by tomorrow's stream and see how far we've progressed by then. But we'll take it a little bit further. We've already bought further in packs anyways. How far we necessarily go is questionable, but we'll just have to see when that time comes. The other issue is it's not actually really good to buy these packs beyond the 6th one. Compared to some of the other ones, it loses a lot of value going for the final tier compared to the 6th tier. So I might just get the 6th tier and then just go from there and just see how far that brings us. It shouldn't bring us too far. I think it's just going to bring us to like 300 something. But that's still decently far enough to mess around with. Definitely won't take long enough, that's for sure. We only reached 140 now, and that was with lower stats that we're up against. Is the new weapon good? No, it is useless. Do not get it. Or, well, I shouldn't say do not get it, but technically you should get every weapon you ever see for the most part. But it is one of the ones that came in through a faction, so it's always going to be capable of getting it. You'll be able to get it again in another 7 weeks if you don't get it now. So there's no immediate need to get it, and it's a pretty bad weapon. So yeah, I would say hold off on it. It's probably a waste of gems, probably a waste of resources. It does have a bleed mechanic on it, but you're much better off using the new rare or the new legends if you want an actual bleed mechanic. Are gnome troops ever available in Soulforge? No. They were in the past very occasionally, but they were all glitches that weren't supposed to happen. So no, they don't ever come in Soulforge. And if you do see one there, it is a glitch. But anyways, I'm going to be heading off for now. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Leave a like if you enjoyed the stream, and thanks for stopping by. I'll catch you all later. Have a good weekend. Best of luck if you're going to be trying for the new Mythic, and best of luck with the delves. Goodbye, everyone.